That's a big 10-4, good buddy.
Hello? Hello. Everybody, happy Friday. And Jesus, the weekend is here and it's brilliant. Waiting to tell you what happened to me today. Well, I'll start off, my back is shagged, but we'll talk about it, right? Wait till you hear this now. This is now, you'd have been proud of me, right? I'll come back to that in a second. Hello and welcome. Happy Friday. And, well, tonight we're going flying, you see. We're back in the incredible Accu-sim Comanche by A2A Simulations. And we're here for a flight in Little Owl, Ireland, so we are. So we're going to be starting off on the ground here at Donegal Airport, Echo India Delta Lima. We're going to make our way heading south. Our first stop is over at Sligo Airport, Echo India Sierra Golf. And always a challenge landing at Sligo, because you have, well, the sea before and after the runway, and I love Sligo, it's great. Next up, we're going to head down to County Offaly, right? It's awfully nice. And we're going to do a landing down at Burr, Echo India Bravo Romeo. Some say it's a cold place. Burr. Keep an eye out for some sort of a maniac in a hot air balloon as well. He has a lovely, glorious six-pack. Right, and if he doesn't, your graphics are broken, and Jeppesen owes you some sort of an apology. And right, from Burr, we're going to ramble over to Shannon Airport, somewhere very familiar to the Firefly Air pilots, Echo India November. And then finally, friends, we're down into County Kerry as we'll do a landing at Faranfore, Echo India Kilo Yankee, where Kerry is the kingdom, where an inch is a mile, where a rose is a beautiful girl, and other Kerryman inventions such as the joystick that was sad, the glass hammer, the doorbell on a submarine, an ashtray on a motorcycle. The Kerrymen invented stuff you didn't think you need, but you knew you didn't want. Brilliant, right? So hope you're all keeping very well. Hope you had a grand old week. It's finally Friday. We start the weekend. It's been a busy week, right? I wasn't around last night. Raging. I missed the Firefly Air Vatsim pilots. They did an event flying out of Aldergrove down to Liverpool and back again. And it was great to see the lads on radar. But I didn't go home till late last night. But anyway, I tell you what I did today, right? So there I was. Went into my job and had to check on a trailer. As you do. Murph, get out there and check that trailer. We have an invoice here and I need to make sure the work is done. Yep, I will. No bother at all. Now, to put things into perspective, I'm fairly tall. Amongst other things, I'm fairly tall, right? I'm 6'2", or give or take, right? So getting in and out of things shouldn't be much of a challenge. However, to get into the back of a refrigerated trailer, a 45-foot trailer, well, there's a teeny tiny, narrow little ladder, you see? And the ladder only goes up to the buffers, and the buffers are at the back of the trailer. That's what they hit off the docks. Anyway, that's not important. What is important, there's about 1.5 feet of pure hardened steel between the top of the ladder and where you need to be inside the trailer. So the first move I made absolutely bashed now, me right knee. And I mean, I hopped it. I don't want to show you my knee because, well, I've very pasty skin, but now I absolutely hopped the devil, right? And the sound that emanated from me, roaring into a refrigerated trailer that was empty, well, the echoes, the acoustics, it's like singing in the shower. It was very nice. I heard. It was like poor old Scooby-Doo getting, ran over or something. And I said, Jesus. And then when I looked down, I actually tore the knee of my jeans. I tore it. There's now a hole in my trousers. And that wasn't too bad. So I'm now in the trailer inspecting the things, limping around like an idiot. And I went to go out the back door, which is a big roller door. You often see big, heavy roller doors. Well, they're not supposed to be that heavy. They are heavy when the spring is goosed. Yes. So I undid the brake and let the door, checking the rollers and the bearings and, And I realised that the door was now incredibly heavy. And
look at this big idiot.
Right? I tried to withstand. It was like a scene. Do you ever see those westerns or even Indiana Jones? They get the big kind of a burly dude to hold up the thing before everyone dies and gets squashed, right? That idiot. I'll stand here and hold the door. Everyone else escape. And then, spludge. Your man turns into, well, strawberry jam or the pizza on the pavement, right? And that was me. And I had to try and push the gadget back up. So some choice words were used. I even invented some. I heard words coming out of my mouth I've never heard before. And I got the door back up. But in doing so, me back just went, no. So I've been I've been promoted or demoted to Gandalf. I need a stick shuffling around the place. And like anyone would say, what did you do out there, Murph? I hurt me back. You big idiot. If you're looking for sympathy, you'll find it in the dictionary. It's located between the word that and another word that doesn't sound nothing like it. So that was my day. In other great news, however, huge news, friends. This is now, Jesus. The Skoda Superb has a brand new windscreen, friends. Yes, there's no cracks in it. I can actually see out of it, right? And the local birds, not them sort, the flying type, the local birds have already, christened the windscreen of the car. And do you know what? It was filthy. Your man he cleaned the outside of it when he stuck on the new glass, right? But he never cleaned the inside of the thing. And you mightn't think this now because, well, I don't tend to have a lot of dust, right? I'm a devil for go away dust, right? And try and keep things clean. I'm like Monica, I'm a clean freak. However, I do have that one room that's just don't enter that room. But the car, I like to keep the car clean as best I can, especially on the inside, because I spend an awful lot of time on the inside of my car driving. I have an hour commute each way daily. I do 1,000 kilometers a week. Anyway, the dirt on the inside of the windscreen, I said to myself driving into work this morning, before I had all the Jesus then, I did what you should never do. Driving to work this morning, the sun is in my eyes, and I said, I better clean the windscreen on the inside. So I reached down to my compartment area and pulled out a cloth, a microfiber cloth, similar to one of these. Well, actually, it was that colour, right? So I don't remember putting that in there at all. But anyway, I went about cleaning the windscreen and almost careered off the road into a field. But I regained it. The Skoda held well, lads. It could have been a terrible, stop now. Right.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, an abrupt end could have been. But anyway, we're here now. All is well. All is grand. It's Friday and it's the weekend and we don't care anymore. Whatever was affecting you, whatever annoyed you, whatever worried you, it's all gone now. It's the weekend. Forget about it. It doesn't exist. That's the mentality that we have. So, with that said, we're flying in Ireland. This is brilliant. Live time and no, it's not live time. It's live weather. I brought the time back an hour. We can do things like that. Changing time. So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to ramble in and say hello to everybody, right? As I delete this stuff off my little teleprompter, so I can now see the camera where it should be instead of looking over here. Hey lads, right? One eye looking at you, one eye looking for you. I used to be able to do that, by the way. Maybe I can still do it. What does this do? Right? You have one eye looking at you and one... Right? The man has skills. He can even move his eyebrows and stuff. Where would you get it? Murphy, you're very entertaining. Yes. Your face, we mean. Your face is very entertaining. I mean, there's all sorts of drama, horror, a love story, drama, sci-fi in places, right? Do you know? Speaking of which, hang on now, I've lots to get off my chest tonight, lads. Do you know what happened to me last night? Right? So there I was, in my bed. And the lovely Mrs. Two-Tone. I don't know what she every now and again she's a devil, right? She'll very, very... Now, this isn't going to be weird or nothing. I'm just telling you what goes on, right? This is the sort of relationship we have. Terrorise Murph, right? Anyway, what happened last night, she came over to, I don't know, she either tickles under me beard or she'll very, very likely, and I mean very likely, run her finger around me lip. Just as I'm asleep, and I lep like a feckin' Egypt. Because, jeez, right? Oh, me back. That's what I do, right? But whatever move she tried to make, I wasn't fully asleep. So I sensed the movement. So I reached forward, as you do, as much as say, hey, what are you doing? And in doing so, she already had positioned, let's tickle him on the lip gadget, her finger, right? And whatever move I did, I burst into her finger. Now you can't see it now because, but there's a cut on me nose. She cut me nose. I lay back in the bed going, oh, Jesus, what happened? You just cut me. There was blood and everything. Ah, you big idiot. That was your fault. What? So that's what I did. That's where we're at now. I just shared things with you, I shouldn't. Well, but you know what I mean. It just, however bad a day you think you're having, I'm having it worse. Usually I bring it upon myself. But, yeah, just thought I'd share that now with you and Moving on abruptly, down swiftly. Who's here in the chat? Quick, here's a distraction. Airlock Doc is here. Very happy Friday to you, my dude. Hope all is well. Tarnish Mossman, welcome in. Happy Friday. Airlock Doc, Jesus, subscribing for 26 months in a row. In fact, I have been 26 for well over 26 years. Thank you very, very much indeed, my dude, for all the support. Captain Sickbag is here. He says, happy start of the weekend, Murph, and everyone. It's great to see you, my guy. Hope you're keeping well. Super Typhon rambles in. AJH. Car DTM is in the house. Fireflies assemble. You're very welcome in. Stick Figure, good to see you. Fierce Wolf is here. Looking fierce and wolfy. You're welcome in, man. SK Sun, happy Friday. Viper Strike is here. He says, good afternoon, Murph and Fireflies. I flew the FSR 500 from Chile to Bolivia and got to fly over the Salt Flats on the way. And yourself. Fierce Wolf, be Jesus. Well, he's after resubscribing for 34 months. Thank you very, very much indeed, my guy. Cheers. Willow, how much? Good to see you. Jefferson 2001, the man, the myth, the legend, has rambled in saying, happy Friday, folks. The weekend has arrived. Great to see you, Jefferson. By the way, folks, tomorrow we will be releasing Jefferson's incredible D-Day scenery. It's only a small little scenery pack, but it's full of Jesus. Right, I'll let you know when that goes live. Rambog Mort is here for 20 months. Rambog, thank you very, very much indeed. It's great to see you, man. Very happy Friday. Toto 2495. Happy Friday, man. Hope all is well. Vacuum is here. Good to see you. Shuffle Shoes. Shuffles in. AJH John. Retriever Neil. A very happy Friday. Elf is here. He says, evening. I flew back home from Belfast today on an Aer Lingus ATR. What a fab airplane. They are a tremendous airplane. However, you have to back... Or, you know, if you walk into the jacks, you have to back out of it. And if you back into the jacks, you have to walk out of it. They're not built for, like, you know, humans. They're built for, like, you know, small humans. Do you ever find that? Is it just, maybe it's just me. Baldrick Dadon, good to see you, Baldrick. He says, good evening, everyone. Hope you're feeling better. I am, thank you. Probably not looking better. My hair is doing something I can't explain, but I'm feeling grand. Do you know, my back is sore. Did I tell you I hurt my back? We'll get into that now in a while. I'll tell you all about it, right? Sunjammer, welcome in. Hope you're well. Strap21, he says, hola, hola. He says, it is the weekend and 14 days until Flight Sim Expo. Yes, cannot wait, my dude. Hemmingbird is here. She rambles in stating, the last flight I had to Ireland, Ryanair absolutely destroyed my luggage. I was furious and told the rep I was going to sue the company. He said, you don't have much of a case. She says, I know. That's why I'm suing you. Right? Brilliant. Happy Friday. Hope you're well, Hemmingbird. Let me see. Spitfire RAF 100 is in the chat. Good to see you, man. Hope you're keeping well. Kozaki Flyers in the house. Friday at last. Indeed. Hope you're well. Goblin Zeus, good evening. Let me see. Streeter, is here. Hello, Streeter. He says, good evening. Hope you're well, man. Dougal McTavish, the chairman. You're very welcome aboard. How are you, how are you, Dougal? How is she cutting? Now, let me see. Balut is here. Good to see you. Airman 2023. Good day, sir. I hope you're keeping very well. El says, anyone know the name of the tunage currently playing? It's the Annalisa song, as we call it. I don't know. I'll get the name of it there now in a bit. Great bit of music, isn't it? Eamon 1973 says, hello. I might have to join in later in the flight. That's quite okay, Eamon. Great to see you, man. Happy Friday. Echo Charlie is here. Welcome in. Retriever Neil says, two friends talking. One said, I used to know a man with a wooden leg named Pete. His friend said, what was his other leg called? Jesus. Oh, that's actually pretty good. Kanzui, good to see you, man. Welcome aboard. Cyrus T, the author of our beautiful livery for this evening, has rambled in. It's good to see you, Cyrus. And Kanzui, lads, great to see you. How are you keeping? Muse fan bursts in the door with his heel, and he says, how he is, his mad jokes is. Very happy Friday. Good to see you, Muse. Hope you're well. Sunjammer says, you've been pushing the Skoda again. It's grand. Lee Dixon, welcome in. Strap21 is here. Zythe is in the house. Mr. Skoo is here. He says, my beer and chips are ready. Let the show begin. Yes. Aviator Geek, welcome in. To keep it, Tom. 25 months, Tom. Thank you very, very much indeed, man. Great to see you. I can see in Murphy's eyes that the painkillers have kicked in. What? Who? I bring you love. Jess, yes. Now, let me see. Wombat49. Happy Friday to you, Wombat. Hope you're well, my dude. Turner says, if you're going to Sligo, Sligo. Yeah, put a H in anything, then you sound terribly Irish. You know what I mean? Like shtick, you know. Sandwich, sandwich. Well, no, that didn't really work. Never mind, don't listen to me. What's I doing anyway? 98 Vulcan, good to see you. Who else is here? Tritz4. He says, hiya Murph and chat, hope all is well. It's Friday again. Indeed it is Friday again. Airman, Big Bad John. Oh, that's a great song. Big Bad John. Yes, Airman. L. John held the door. That was brilliant, actually. Well done. Gaseous Maximus, happy Friday. Quart is here. Welcome in. Lead Ballooner. Happy Friday to you. Now, let me see. Makes a mental note never to give Murph a lift in my car. Right? Really, Muse? I mean, it has to be spotless, right? Do you know? Alcohol is the best for cleaning the windows, right? DeBlaze is here, good to see you. I'm hearing you, Murph. I have been at physio all week for me back. Oh, Jesus. Not gin, says Ithi. You drink that while cleaning it. Chrome, don't get you home. Wait, what? Chrome? Really? Captain Mountains, welcome in. Sir Camsalot, AJH, man. Happy Friday. Paparazzi is here. Hello, my dude. You're looking well. Now, let me see. We're catching up. Jesus, Murph, move the gadget. M Dark, happy Friday. Abby Normal is here. Happy Friday. Wactical Tanker. Long time no see. My dude. Hope you're keeping very well. Texas One Flyboy. Happy Friday. Hope all is well. Eamon says, will it be okay to fly with the new C-47 tomorrow? Yes, of course. I haven't got a chance to fly it yet, lads, but I will. I'll get a chance tomorrow because my plan is to fly that, you know, and we'll see how she goes, do you know? Imagine Dragons, good to see you, man. You're very welcome aboard. Martel is in the chat. Happy Friday. Let me see now. Who else is here? Bendy. Hello, Bendy. Welcome in. You got a sub, right? Do you know what I mean? We've a great bunch of people who gift subs all the time. They're very, very nice. Super Ty says, which C-47 am I using tomorrow? The one that drops troops or... Yeah, we're going to go with that one. Yeah, that's the plan. I don't know which... There's only one of them drop troops. There's 3 variants of it, I think, isn't there? But I need to do my homework on it. I need to learn them. Do you know? Real Sim Pilot, a very happy Friday to you, man. Hope you're well. Tom says, hey everyone, not been around much on Twitch for the last few months. Hope you're all well. Dude, it's great to see you. And welcome back. The place hasn't been the same since you left. But I hope you're well. And you're very welcome back in. Muse says it's manky. And there's shite tone everywhere. Now, define that, Muse. I mean, are we talking rubbish? Are we talking toenails? I knew a fella who used to cut his toenails in traffic, and you get into his car. It was a Nissan Micra. A Nissan Micra! He used to get into the Micra, and there'd be toenail clippings in the car. Whoa! Do you know? And only that he was bigger than me. I couldn't, burst him. Do you know what I mean? What are you doing? Imagine that. Imagine being stuck in traffic and bringing up your leg and cutting your toenails. Get a hold of your life. There's people like that. But anyway, now let me see. Where's the buttons? Oh, they're over here, look. Yeah. Kanzui made it to... oh, wait, Cyrus, are you not that either? Hang on, we need to fix that. Cyrus, I'll fix that now in a jiffy, right? We'll do it now in a sec. Remind me in about 1 minute and 36 and a half seconds. You're on, right? Here we go. Let me see. Santi. Hello, Santi. Welcome aboard.
Oh, Jesus.
Maybe test fly it before the stream. I shall, Super Tie. Yes. Seems like a good time to cut them. Right? Do you know what I mean? Jesus, no, I'm not that bad. That's all right, Muse. For a second there now, I was going to spread a terrible rumour. Never let the truth get in the way of a rumour. Do you know? But anyway, who else is here? Mrs. TPHI17. Hello. On YouTube, you're very welcome. Dave Dugdale is here. Hey, Dave. Hope you're well. Who else? Yorkshire Pud. Happy Friday to you. Hope you are well also. Norbert is here. Hey, Norbert. And who else do we have? We have lots of people here. GA Aviation. You're very welcome aboard and happy Friday. And to anyone else on YouTube, if I haven't said hello to you already, welcome in. Great to see everyone. And wait, when did that ever stop you before? I don't know. Old Veteran 965. Scott, you're very welcome aboard. Happy Friday, man. Right, well, I need to go slowly now, because was I telling you it hurt me back? I'll do one of these, though. This is the transition phase. Right, very good. And, Jesus, now we'll come across this way. And we'll ramble in here. Yes. Turn the microphone around so I can actually see what I'm doing. And we'll turn up the local sounds of what it sounds like here in Donegal. Right, Donegal. And now, Nigel, welcome in, Nigel. Happy Friday, man. Now, I had to do a thing there quickly. Bear with me now, lads. Bear with me now. I need to press a button. And let's have a look. Buttons come over this side. Yes, Murphy. They're over here somewhere. They're hidden away. And there's... Oh, yeah, hang on now. There's the job done now. Right, excellent. And, well, everyone is welcome in. Happy Friday. And tonight, friends, well, we are indeed going flying. And I absolutely love flying in Ireland. Well, I'm Irish, so, like, you know, there's that. However, we're going to be flying on the wild Atlantic Way. Although we are missing the important bits. We're staying out of Mayo and most of Galway. Right? Because we're going to head in to the Midlands, to Burr. So we're starting off here in Donegal. We're on live weather. The time of day, I've just dropped it back 1 hour. I think we're going to be blasting off from runway 21 airport. Let's have a look. Yeah, 21 is going to be our airport that we're rambling over. This entire screen we're looking at, it needs no introduction. However, if you're looking at it, you're saying, Jesus, this is Navigraph charts. And it is, without a shadow of a doubt, the most important add-on you can get for a flight simulator. More important than scenery, than aircraft, than anything else. In my opinion, Navigraph is the way to go. It gives you a moving map. It gives you access to all the charts, all the procedures. It's absolutely incredible. Now, it is a subscription service. It's about 10 or 12 bucks a month. But anyone who's getting serious about their flight simulation, Navigraph has to be there. That's just me saying that. There are many other options, but Navigraph just, it's simple. It's simple. You just click it. It works. Just works. Now, speaking of things that just work, or does it, we have a brand new beta of LRM. And, well, it's does it function is the question, right? There's no UI into this, and there's a bit of a job setting it all up. But once you install it and you create your token and you activate it, it's relatively straightforward. I mean, you pop in your call sign or you pop in the airline. In this case, it's me, Firefly 235. And then it should be all tickety-boo. I'm monitoring this tonight. Why I'm bringing this up, LRM is now using SimConnect as opposed to using FSU IPC. APC, AJH, right? Instead of using all the letters, it just connects to your simulator. So I want to see, will it actually work, right? So, airlock broken on the first flight. That's, well, airlock, you'd break anything though, to be fair, right? The beta download link on the LRM website is just a redirect to the home page, but keen to try it once I can get hold of it. Yeah, it's available now. You missed Burr from the flight plan you uploaded, you big idiot. Muse, hang on a second now. Let's just show you what I've done. So here's me flight. General, right? Now watch this. I'm going to go to export and, well, I'm going to say it's VF4. I'm going to go to export and I'm going to click down here and say no SIDS, no stars. And it comes over to this screen and I'm going to click Comanches over Ireland and I'm going to OK that, and that's the flight plan. So if for whatever reason it forgot about Burr, we'll have to go there manually, right? But that is the flight plan. That's what we're doing. Exclamation point route is going to give you the route. And well, that's what you're doing. Now, let me see. Bobby was quick to fix it. Nice. Eagle Airways, you're very welcome aboard, my dude. Hope all is well. So that's kind of the plan. We're on the Southeast Asian server on Microsoft Flight Simulator. Come on, sure, and join in for the crack. And then tomorrow, lads, we have our big D-Day commemorative flight. And I was chatting to Dave, 757 Spy. Dave's a lovely, lovely guy. Dave is also doing a D-Day flight tomorrow night at 1900 Zulu. And he's flying along the route of Mission Boston, which is I think it was the 82nd, right? Anyway, the point of all of this is we're going to try and do a combination of the total number of people flying C-47s and DC-3s on our stream, and Dave is going to do the same and compute all the people flying on his stream, and then let's see how many in total. We're effectively flying the same route, the same event, the same time, yeah? So it's pretty cool. And Dave gave me a whole load of information there of what he's doing as well. So tomorrow night from 1900 Zulu time, we're flying on the D-Day commemorative flight. Really looking forward to that. So before we do that, well, we have to do this. And we're here with the excellent Accu-sim Comanche from A2A Simulations. This thing was a groundbreaking, holy Jesus moment when it comes to Microsoft Flight Simulator. A2A have long been a very strong name in the third-party aircraft development, very much so on the likes of FSX and P3D, and the Comanche is their first offering in Microsoft Flight Simulator, and it's using their newest build of Accu-sim. It's called Accu-sim 2.0, and this thing just got an update the other day, currently running on 1.6.1, and it's brilliant. The livery that we're using today, a brand new livery created by Cyrus T. All our liveries are available over on the Two Tone Murphy website. You can download them there, and it comes in 2 variants. I've gone with the white one. You can also get a black one, depending on your persuasion. And well, here she is now, lined up and ready to complete our walk-around check. It's a study level simulation of the P824 Comanche, a Piper, right? One Fly Air, good to see you, man. Aaron says, any plans on meeting up? The 20th. The 20th, Aaron. That's our, we're doing a big meetup on the 20th of July. And there's details in the gadget there for that. We're going to Rafarnham. And guest singers include Gibbo Ireland. And Muse Fan will be doing a magic show for Keane. That's what I've heard. That's what I've heard. And yeah, it'll be fun. I can't wait. Can't wait. Is the airport we fly out of Saturday an add-on or standard? It's a standard airport. I just have an add-on for it, for Exeter. But the route, you don't need to worry about the route. You know, choose your words carefully. right, Jesus. Hey, Captain Ray is here. Good to see you. Ross Cudd. Good to see you. But yeah. Now, Cyrus, did you get sorted? You did. He did. Brilliant. Excellent. Right, so here's our aircraft. This is what we're going to do. So before I activate multiplayer, I just want to make sure my aircraft is set up. Now, here's a feature you may or may not be aware of the Comanche. The windows steam up, like a scene out of Titanic, where Jack and Rose were... Well, you know what happens next, right? But the windows in this thing can steam up. That's the level of simulation we have here. Open the window and that, you know... It'll come off, right? It'll come off. So it's very, very good, this, right? So we need to complete a full walk-around check. So starting off, we're going to remove our little control lock. Very sophisticated piece of equipment. A bungee cord holding the controls together, right? Next up, we bring up our little jablet. And I want to open up the fuel valves because we need to do a check on our fuel, right? So let's have a look. Pitot cover is already on. Control lock is gone. Park and brake and all the devil. So we're going to go into the walk-around mode. And to do so, well, we need to open the door. And hop outside the plane. And let's go, right? So here is our check. So first and foremost, oh, won't move at all. We're checking the flap. Now, if you hear any kind of sounds or extra movements, it's an indication to let you know there's something not quite right here. Right? Brilliant, right? How much is this beaut? I think it's about 50 bucks. It's incredible. The right-hand flap, it's okay. Next up is the aileron. Same crack again. You're trying to listen if there's any squeaking, metal on metal, that sort of jazz. You can look at the detail. You can see that the yoke moves as well. So the aileron here is looking good. Continue. Next station, we're going to open up the fuel. This is our tip tank. You can have these on or off. And let's go into the fuel and payload. So we got 4 gallons. I'm going to bring it up to 6 gallons in the tip tank. Go ahead and close that. And as we're looking down here, I'm going to go into the controls, turn on the battery from here. And we can see our nav lights. Just make sure that they're working. Super stuff. Next station, we're going to check the fuel to see if there's any water or vapor stuck in there. So we just put in the gadget and we inspect. What we're seeing is any water gathering on the fuel. You'd have water on the bottom, fuel on the top. Isn't it? Water on the... Yeah, water goes to the bottom, fuel goes on the top. That's looking good. We'll just put this on the ground. Greta having an absolute freak. But we continue on. Next station is the right landing light. Again, we can test this by going into our control. And we'll put on the right landing light. Yeah, we're absolutely blind. Forget about it. I can't see a thing. That works. Moving on. We're going to remove the tie downs. And A2A's owner, Scott, he recorded multiple sounds of pulling the bit of rope through the tie down. Listen. There's one. There's two. There's different sounds, right? That's the level of J, right? But yes, somebody's been on the Guinness. Not sure he should be flying. Tripod cats. It's grand. All as well, man. You're very welcome in. So tie down removed. Next up, oh Jesus. Tie down, fuel, and chock. Right, okay. So main body of fuel. Go ahead and open this up. And we want to make sure that we are full. So let me see. On the right main tank, we're going to fill this. Okay, you can see the fuel level. How cool is that? So we'll close that now. That's all looking grand. And we'll move on now to the next station. How handy is that? Let me see. Walk around. Next station. So we're going to move the chocks. Check on the tyre, check on the brake lines, make sure there's no debris. That looks good. Now, underneath the aircraft, the lowest centre position of the aircraft. We're going to check for any contamination. This looks good again. Sorry, Greta. Put you down fully. Close the flap. Moving on. Let's look at the prop. Now, I've gone for the updated prop. You can change all these if you wish. If you go into your... Is it advanced options? Where do we find this again? Fuel and... Oh, no. Flight info. No, maintenance. Maintenance. Oh, look, never added in all the fancy stuff. I like all these things. You can go with the Macaulay or you can go with the MT. I've gone with the MT propeller. It just looks nicer and it's very fancy. But again, you're checking the air intakes here. You're checking the prop itself. You're looking for any cracks, any damage. And you could find a cloth in there. It's all modelled, right? So all looks well here. Moving on. We're going to go for the engine oil. Now this simulates usage of oil, so the oil will actually change colour depending on the amount of hours you have in the aircraft. MT is wood, yes, sorry. It'll change colour. The viscosity of the oil, it's actually simulated here. And we're looking for in and around 9 quarts of oil in the aircraft. So let's go into maintenance and let's look at the engine. And we've 8.9, let's just add a little bit more. About 9 quarts in there. Scott was saying on the real Comanche, anything more than kind of 10 and it just spurts oil out the side. So that's why he always goes for roughly that. So oil is good. We should say thank you. Drop it back down. And we'll close the flap. Next station. Left main fuel tank. Go to our fuel and payload. And we're going to top this up to 29 gallons. RGB. Close it back in again. Oh, it should be 30 gallons, Murph. Close that. And let's go to the next station. Remove the wheel shock. Check on the tyre. Check on the brake lines. All looks good. Remove the pitot heat and the tie down. We're going to check the stall warning sensor. This will go beep if you stall. You just want to make sure that the operation is spring loaded, so you test that. And then if you look at the pitot heat, if you grab a hold of that and it comes up blue, well, we can test this. So if you go back into our controls and turn on the pitot heat, which is over here, we'll turn that on, give it a moment to heat up. It works just like the element in your kettle. The idea being is it gets hot and that blows off anything, frozen or ice that might block the tube. So you can see the heat coming off it now, look. You can actually see the heat coming off it. And there it is, gone red. It's hot. That'll burn the hand off you. So turn that off, and that's all well. Go to the next station, and here we have the left landing light. Go ahead and test this gadget. You're over here. Yeah, equally as blind. That's working. And next station then is going to be our next tip tank. Go ahead and open this. And fuel and payload, bring it up to 6 gallons. That'll do. And you can see the wing dropping. The spar will actually make a sound. It'll go ba-ding when too much weight is loaded. It's incredible. We also need to check on the nav light. Nav light is working. Super duper. We'll drain the fuel just to make sure there's no contamination of water and fuel. We look grand. Onto the left aileron. There's a teeny tiny little click there. Hear that? That's something maybe to check out. You'll be looking at all the fixings where it's joined. You'll be looking at all the nuts and bolts. I think we're okay. We'll see what happens. The flap. Locked good and tight. Check the operation. Flap is good. The static ports, make sure that they're all open and there's nothing blocking them. There's no tape or anything blocked. The stabilator, need to check this. So the rudder. Now the rudder is hard to move because it is linked with the nose wheel. Remove the tie down. Elevator is good. We can see the trim tab there as well. Another static port, make sure she's clear. And then we look at our loading. So put in some baggage. Jesus. Yes. I'm a little toolbox. But we don't need the big one. Bring the small one. There we go. We're not overnighting. We're just going in Ireland. And that concludes our walk around check. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Right, lads, we're about to get started. So we're going to close the door. Come hither. Latch the door. Looking good. The tablet, we'll keep the owl engine here for the moment. And now, if we want to look at the airframe, inspect it, remember I said I heard there's something on the left aileron? Let's just double check. No, everything's green. We're good. Sweet. Next up is the engine. So what we need to do some stuff. So beacon light and turn on the master battery switch, which is already on. So beacon light is running. Nav lights, go ahead and bring these back on. And we have some instruments being lit up here as well. And what else do we want? Go back into maintenance, looking at the engine. Engine visualizer is what we're after. Or engine analyzer. This is awesome. Right, so a couple of things we need to do. Mixture, we're going to go fully rich. Prop full. We're going to open the throttle. And we're going to go to our fuel pump. And we're going to look for fuel pressure. Also going to open the primer. And we're going to give it about 4 or 5 squirts. See the fuel pressure starting to rise here? So we'll go ahead and let this do its thing. No nav aids at Burr. Well, there's a flying balloon. Murphy's grounded because he failed the pre-flight and the mechanic has to order the part. Uh-oh. Right, primer's good. Fuel pressure's looking good. We're going to turn off the fuel pump. Our window's already open, so next up is going to be starting up this aircraft. So make sure the flaps are fully up, Murph. Good man yourself. And let me see. We're going to go... Fuel pump is off. We're going to go mags right, left, and both. And we're going to go for a start. Hopefully this works. Clear prop. Okay, good start in the engine. Close the window. Keep the RPM in and around 1,000. We're going to reduce some of the mixture, lean it out because we're on the ground. And it's all about listening to the engine sound, right? How are the sounds on that? They alright? Right, now a couple of things. We're going to reset our barrow. We're going to reset our directional indicator. So we're looking well. Next up now, we're going to turn on the avionics. That's going to power up our systems. Looking into the engine, everything here looks pretty good. You get a full overview of what's happening. If we go in and check the engine, inspect it, I didn't notice any problems here. If you hear the aircraft running roughly, you start looking in here. And you have all options. Look, you can change the type of oil, you can change the type of spark plug, you do all sorts of cool stuff. So I'm happy enough with this. What else do we have? Brakes are on, batteries, all that's looking good. Disappear that. Now come down to our avionics, open up our map. Yeah, it's working. We'll go to our flight plan. Our destination is going to be Kerry, Echo India Kilo Yankee. And we're going to put in our waypoint. So we're going to go Sligo. We're going to go Burr. And then we're going to go Shannon. There's a flight plan. Go back in here, check our map. Zoom it out. Get rid of the terrain. So that's what our flight plan looks like. Which is grand. Donegal, Sligo, Birr, Shannon, and then Kerry, right? Now, it'll be a great tester this evening to see how the sim is behaving. Remember them stutters I was getting? So it'll be great to see what the crack is, right? So we'll see what happens. Hey, Winkle Gasser, good to see you. Tripod Gat says, you're actually adhering to proper checklists. I'm impressed. Yeah, but it'll go out the window from here on in. No nav aids at Burr. Look at the balloon. Try not to hit it. You can get a 747 into Burr. Caleb, good to see you. Is this capable of ILS? Yeah, you can fly ILS in this. 100%. Right, now, let me see. We do have an autopilot. Speaking of which, we're going to turn on the autopilot, turn on the pitot heat, and get our taxi lights on. Usually the left side. Transponder. Reset our little gadget here. Transponder. This isn't necessarily VFR weather, but we'll go VFR for the crack. And runway 21 is what we're going to be blasting off from. So just powering the autopilot, it's ready to go. We can test that before we leave if we wish. I'll leave it alone. Checking our fuel quantities, we're grand, and everything else here looks good to me. So, off the brakes, let the aircraft roll, and we'll test the brakes. Brakes are working, bit of power, and we're going to make our way up now to the active, and then I'll turn on some multiplayer once we get moving here a little bit. As I said, this aircraft, absolutely fantastic. And it gives you a real sense of flying. It's using its own physics, like it's really, really good. So we're going to taxi out on Alpha here, and we'll hold short of the active, and we'll do a quick run-up test. Looking good. Alright. Jesus, look at the big dip in the... just go handy. Whatever you do, don't fly into that dip. You'll hit the prop. Yes. Donegal voted one of the most scenic approaches in the world, lads. I'm just saying. They know what they're doing, Carrickfergus. Okay, so I will do a run-up test just before we get out onto the active. So we're going to hold here. And park and brake on. How to activate the park and brake in this? You have to actuate the pressure. So you actually have to put the pedals full, then engage the brake. And it's good practice if you want to disengage the brake, put the pedals full, and then disconnect it. Basically, it's holding the brake fluid pressure in, so it does the job, right? So let me see, what's our temperatures looking like? We're not bad. Mixture rich, we're going to bring the RPM up. 15, 16, 17, 1800 on our RPM. Give or take about 17, 18. There we go. Right, first up, we're going to do a mag test. So we're looking for a drop here of about 50 to 100 RPM. Left mag. Back to both. Right mag. Back to both. We're good. We're going to cycle the prop. First is a drop in RPM. Second, we should see an increase in manifold pressure. Check. And then third, we should see a drop in fuel flow. Sweet. Run up complete. Landing lights on. Fuel pump on for takeoff. Reduce the RPM. Pull back some of the mixture. And we should be good to go. Brakes off. And we'll start our taxi. Left is clear. Right is clear. And we'll probably use a notch of flap for takeoff as well. So multiplayer coming online. Southeast Asian server, lads. This will be panic and pandemonium and everything attached to that as we taxi on up here on Donegal. The latest update fixed the problem with tyre friction. Crosswind takeoffs and landings are more realistic. Oh, nice. Yeah, so the sim update 15, that has adjusted tyre friction and all the jazz. So let's see what happens, right? Let's see what happens. So we're just waiting on some aircraft. There's everyone. Ah, brilliant. Everyone's in. And we're back taxiing here in the active. This is a beautiful part of the world. I've been up here a couple of times. It's stunning. Way over here on the right hand side you have Glenveigh National Park. Another window there, that there is called Mount Errigal. It's the second highest mountain in Ireland. Beautiful. I never climbed it though. Well, I climbed it when I was a kid, I think. Do you know? So let's see what happens here now as we taxi back. What's your speed here, Murph? Don't need to go too nuts. Outside temperature's okay. We're about 16 degrees. So I'm not going to worry too much yet when it comes to carb heat or any of that jazz. Now we'll turn around here just in front of the lads. Hello there. There's Cyrus Airborne. Gonna go for a notch of flaps for takeoff. See the stall light flashing around there? That's because the wind is hitting off the stall sensor. Okay, we're gonna hold hard here for the moment. Hell of a crosswind, 100%. Dougal says, big thanks to the lads on Discord, dug you out of trouble today. Oh, nice. Yeah, I'm going to monitor what LRM is doing now, this new version of it. It's lost its connection about 6 times in the last few minutes, but it automatically reconnects, so let's see what happens, right? Let's see what happens. So, let me see. Some good practice. We are going to set up our directional indicator. Our heading bug is going to go to runway heading. And we can set our initial altitude here as well. Or can we? No, it's just purely by using pitch. The autopilot, it's an S-Tech autopilot system. It's very, very rudimentary, but it works. Looking well, lads. Jeez, there's a good few of you here tonight. Let's hope the sim behaves. So, mixture, fully rich. It's time to go flying. Power coming in. Off the brakes. And toga. Aileron into the wind. Takeoff power set. Speed is very much alive. There's 60. Watch the aileron. Ooh, there's the crosswind. Upsy daisy. Woohoo, we're going sideways. Positive rate of climb. Gear up. Oh yes, sideways flying, nothing like it. Speed 120, flaps in. And let's just throw that nose up a little bit. Oh yes. Sideways flying, I love it. They released the update on the Comanche last week. Ah, gotcha, okay. Oh yeah, A2A did, yes. Yeah, that's a hell of a crosswind. This is really nice. Okay, speed is looking good. Keep an eye now on our temperatures and pressures. So that RPM, even though we're climbing, I'm going to calm everything down a little bit. Drop the manifold pressure back to about 27. RPM back to about 25. And let's just hold it there. 91% manifold pressure and about 2500 on RPM. Start a left-hand turn. It's quite bumpy here as well. Bit of turbulence, plenty of wind. And as we start our turn, get a bit of trim into the situation. And we'll take it nice and easy, friends. Nice and easy. So as we're all taking off, friends, well, if you're on the Xbox, press 1. If you're on the PC, press 2. And if you're here because it's Friday, and let's be honest, lads, the Late Late Show isn't on, well, you press number 3. Yes! Hello, Fireflies. Welcome to the Flying Circus. We live stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 1900 Zulu time, right here. Alright, we have 26 on the PC, 2 on console, and you're all very, very welcome aboard. Right, decent departure here out of Donegal. We're going to get ourselves on track, and we're heading now towards Sligo. A lot of cloud in the way, so we're going to dip our altitude down. We're going to bring our power back, but we've got to be careful of our carb heat as we reduce the power. So, watch your speed, bring in the power back, easy does it. We're going to activate our CDI, that's going to put it onto GPS. And we're going to activate the autopilot, so we're going to hit this once. That's going to put it into stable mode, meaning it's going to keep the roll and everything pretty much on track. We can now select it to tracking mode, right? And make sure that we're fully zeroed here. And let me see, we're on GPS mode. We could get a course for our GPS, so let's see. Let's bring this arrow up to where it needs to be. We're kind of on track. This little line, this little yellow line, that will sync up where we're going. So we'll see what it's doing. We're turning into it. That's the autopilot hunting to stay in that magenta line. So it'll slightly right of what we're doing. And that should join up here now very shortly. Watching our speed, we're trying to decel here just a little bit more. Because I want to get us down to, I'd say, about 2,000 feet. And we'll have to dodge then some terrain, right? Some terrain. What server? Santi, we're on the Southeast Asian server. Hummingbird is flying with us as well. Brilliant to see you flying with us, Hummingbird. There's Aviator Geek in an F-16. Nice. Now, if we want to get some altitude holds in the aircraft, we just come down to the yoke and you have an altitude engage or disengage. If you have the yoke disappeared, you'll see these buttons appear underneath. Your autopilot disconnect and your hold and disengage switch. So once we get to about 2,000 feet, I'm going to engage altitude hold. So we're monitoring this as we descend at 500 feet a minute. 3, 2, 1, lock, disengage. Blue light is on to say it's now being fed elevation. And we should now get a little alarm every few moments. It'll either say trim up or trim down. That's basically the autopilot unit telling us, hey, you need to tweak the thing. So let's see what it does now. So see the way it's beeping? It's telling me to trim up. I start trimming up. The light goes out. So that's how you get rid of that. Hey, Lima Kilo Mike, good to see you. Dragon Eye, welcome in. Happy Friday, everyone. Hope you're all having a great day. And, well, watch our speed here now. So, manifold pressure. We can bring this back up. We did cool it right back. So I'm going to bring it up to about 2100. And you can see the RPM is faffing about there. We're going to bring this down a little bit. We're going to aim for about 2100 as well. This is 2100 squared. Your RPM and your manifold pressure are both doing the same thing. And now we can go into fuel efficiency or fuel economy mode. Trim down a little bit. And we're going to start reducing our mixture. Now we can find the peak on this meter here. We can go lean of peak or rich of peak. So let me see. We'll go rich of peak, right? So we'll keep bringing this out. I see the sensors here. See the way these temperatures are rising? That's going to identify where we're at. You have to be very careful when it comes to your mixture. See the way I was pulling that out and the RPM? The engine was like, you've got to be careful there to find that. And a lot of the time when you're flying this aircraft, well, you fly a lot of it by sound. You'll actually hear if something isn't working. You know what I mean? Did a test flight in my new drone. It started to rain, so I joined us. Dragon Eye, happy new drone. You're very welcome in. So we're looking good here. Indicated airspeed 160, altitude 2000, and we're kind of peakish kind of here. Add in a little bit more mixture. We're burning about 12 gallons an hour. That's fine. We could get it down to about 11, but we'll keep an eye on our cylinder head temps here as well. And if we need to, we'll engage carburetor heat. But at the moment, we're fairly okay. Now, you're probably saying, Murph, they're massive mountains. Yes, they are. We'll have to climb over those. So as we come out of Carrickfergus here in Donegal, well, we're actually heading towards a place called Killybegs on Donegal town. Killybegs famous for all the fishing factory places, Donegal catch and all that jazz. Hey, we got some nice aircraft around us. Look at the state of this. Beautiful. We are on live weather and the time is exactly 1 hour minus from real world time, right? Tripod says, this is the only sim pilot that I've seen on here actually follows real procedures. Well, we do it a lot, but like the Comanche, certain aircraft kind of, I won't say they force you, but they encourage you to fly them as they're supposed to be flown. You don't have to. I mean, you can turn all this stuff off and just have away with it. But some aircraft are very good and they're constantly just at you to fly with the book. Killybegs has the seafood shack, which is one of the best rated fish in the world. Does it? Jesus. I hate fish, precisely, so it's wasted on me. Well, I don't hate fish. I think they're lovely creatures, but I don't eat them. Do you know what I mean? Right, how are we looking here now? So, you will have gyro drift, meaning that this heading indicator, that's going to start drifting every couple of moments. So you want to sync that. Now you can sync it manually by checking your standard compass, your Mercury compass, or you can assign a key command to reset your gyro. For me, I just hit the D key and everything syncs back up the way it is. Or you can absolutely make sure it's synced with your normal compass. That's the one. But this is a beautiful aircraft. A2A did just a stellar job at this. Now we're looking ahead of us. There's terrain here that's just not going to work well with us. So we're going to dip left of this. So we're going to start planning. I'm going to move my heading indicator. And if I change our course to about 180 degrees, that's southerly, or maybe 190 degrees, I want to fly in the gap here. So to do this, we're currently on track mode. I'm going to keep pressing the autopilot switch. I'm going to change it to heading, and the aircraft will bank us towards this new heading. 190 is what I want, and that should hopefully get us in this neck of the woods. Now, there's one thing about using heading mode, where the fact that we're on live weather, but there's quite a bit of wind hitting the aircraft, meaning we could be flying a certain heading, but the direction could be blowing us off course. We're not flying dead straight. And how I know that is when my instruments are telling me we have a 20 knot crosswind. So I need to adjust for that. Now usually it's 5 degrees for every 10 knots, something like that. Dave, no, this is standard Microsoft Maps at the moment. I didn't want to throw too much at the sim because the issues I have and unfortunately the Comanche is one of the planes that trigger this on my system. I get this terrible multiplayer pausing. Now, I'm almost certain we have it sorted by removing another add-on. There was a conflict, but I just want to make sure that everything is running the way I want it to run. So far, so good. And we're not too bad tonight because we've multiple stops on our route, meaning if I have to, I can restart the sim. Now, we've aimed off, we've missed those mountains there, so I'm going to readjust my heading and bring us back over to about 190. And in doing so, be aware that the wind is pushing us towards those mountains. Now, here's another thing. Because the wind is pushing us towards the mountains, when the wind hits the base of the mountain, well, the wind goes up. If we're in that airflow, we're actually going to get free lift, free energy. It's going to push us upwards. So the risk of the mountains beside us, not as bad as we initially thought. You know what I mean? And Microsoft Flight Sim models this beautifully. You can have an aircraft that's not really strong enough to get over kind of mountains, but like if you take advantage of the winds, and that's what pilots do when they fly in these areas, they'll take advantage of that. They'll stay fairly close to the opposite direction of the wind, where the mountains are. So it's pretty handy. Dave says, I've horrible internet. I'm assuming that's why my terrain doesn't look as good. It could be, dude. Yeah, it could be. Right, now we're still flying. Keep an eye on everything. RPM is looking good. Fuel flow, we're not too bad. And our manifold pressure, everything's behaving. We'll come down here and we're going to check. Fuel pressure is still good. Oil pressure in the green. Oil temperature in the green. And our amps are slightly to the right of 0, meaning that the battery is being recharged. Brilliant news. Everything else, well, we're looking okay. Now, we're no longer on our magenta line, so to do this manually, I'm going to turn the heading to intercept this line, which means we're going to aim for about 230 degrees, and we're going to watch this yellow line line up. As soon as it does, we'll re-engage our track mode. We can probably put it on high sensitivity. Let's see what happens. So we're going to fly in this heading, and we're hopefully going to see this yellow line line up. This little dot here in the middle, this orange fella, well, that's us. So once these align, it means we're on course. And you can do this with your ADF, you can do it with VOR, and of course you can do it with your GPS. So if you look at this, it is very, very slowly moving, meaning we're getting ourselves back on course. And again, you can use all the instruments in this. We've flown this thing under VOR, we've used ADF, we used NDB. Really, really good. M-Dark says, did anyone here fly gliders? Do you know, I've never really spent time with gliders in the sim. Now that we have a Wacko, the World War II glider, I'll probably spend a bit of time in there. But at the moment, I haven't really. Sandy says, in order to join, you have to be on the same server. Yes, it has to be on the same server. If you're unsure, Santi, put in exclamation point, how to multiplayer. All one word. There's a video there that's going to show you. Now, see the way it's turning? And for us to be dead on this course, yeah, because you can see our heading is on 230. This is going to want us to swing over to about 220. Once this is aligned, we're going to turn our heading bug, and we want to fly on a heading of 220, roughly there. See the way it's gone slightly the other way? And the S-Tech autopilot is going to have the same problem. It's going to be hunting in order to find that perfect heading. So from here, I'm going to go into high sensitivity track, and this should put us directly back on that magenta line. So we're heading out across here. Donegal is now just behind us. We can look out. There would be Killybegs. Donegal town is further down here. And as we fly out over the Wild Atlantic Way, you have these cliffs up here in Donegal. They're some of the highest cliffs on the Atlantic Ocean. The next highest ones, I think, are in Portugal. What's the cliffs called? What's the name of them? I'll think of it now in a second. But the cliffs, they're some of the highest cliffs on the Atlantic. They're stunning. Goblin Zoo says, we also have headphone simulation in the Comanche. We do. If you move down here where all your circuit breakers are. Sleeve League. Well done, lads. Jesus, I taught you well. The Sleeve League. Sleeve. We call them Sleeve. It's like the sleeve blooms. Sleeve blooms. Put an S in everything and you sound Irish. All these circuit breakers work, by the way. But if you go down here, you can click on this. That gives you noise cancelling headphones. And then you have this other one down here which turns on active noise cancelling. Makes it shocking quiet, but you'll hear the stuff, like, you'll hear a tap and a ting and a bang. You know what I mean? Now, at this stage, not the fuel pump. Fuel pressure's grand. Aircraft is grand. Temperatures are all grand. I kept my landing lights on only because it's like, you know what I'm saying? It just looks nicer. This is very, very beautiful. We're just underneath this cloud layer, and you have this real cloud on the way in. Also, lads, for our flight tomorrow, we have custom scenery, and you'll get to see that tomorrow. I've also created a custom weather preset, and thanks to Gibbo, you can just drop it into your community folder. And I've based it on the weather forecasts from D-Day. And tomorrow night we'll learn all about, you know, the Black Sod post office, where a certain lady, it was her 21st birthday, got the weather reports coming in from the Atlantic Ocean, and she rang up the Met Office in England and said, hello there, you'll never guess what. And they were like, what? There's weather on the way. Pretty cool, right? How loud is it when you tap the turbine inlet temperature and turboprops? How loud is it when you tap the turbine inlet temperature? It depends. It depends. If there's a turbo fitted, then you'll see it. Alright, so we're doing well here. As I said, we're very near Sligo. Now, the visibility here is cracked. This mountain here, this is all Yates country. W.B. Yeats. He's actually buried up here. This mountain here, this is Mr. Two-Tone's favourite mountain, if you can have such a thing. It's called Ben Bulben, and it's absolutely gorgeous. It's like a little mesa, or mesa. Referring to when you tapped on the TBM. Aha! How loud is it? It should be loud enough. You should hear the ting-ting. Hey, Two Dogs! Good to see you. Zaiti, 100% there was, and I'll be telling that story tomorrow. Hope you're well, Two Dogs. Yorkshire Pud said, had to swap my plane to find you guys, distracted by the football. Ooh. The Slick One, how are you? He says, Murph, you should try the KLN 90. It now supports it. Yes. I didn't download it yet. I want to learn it. But yes, there's a brand new, it's a freeware autopilot unit, right? That of the KLN 90B. And it's an option that you can actually pop it into your Comanche, which is great to see. I mean, that's awesome from A2A, because when we get all these other add-ons, be it the TDS or the PMS, or even some freeware ones, it's great to have them fit in your plane and off you go flying. It's incredible. So they've enabled all of that. Now, we are approaching our first stop of the night, and it is that of Sligo Airport. So if you want, if you type in !EISG, that should give us a METAR for Sligo. And if we get the METAR for Sligo, well, it's going to give us a good indication of what runway is going to be best for landing. So I already know now which one to use. But I'll let you lads do an owl search on the owl METAR, right? And let's see what we're going to do. So there's Ben Bulben. That's gorgeous, isn't it? Absolutely gorgeous. All this neck of the woods. If you ever get the chance to go to Sligo or Donegal, drive up through Sligo, or from Donegal, drive down to Sligo. Beautiful. ! METAR space EISG. Sorry, Captain Sigbag, I forgot to tell you the thing. Uh-oh. Mew says, my GTN 750 just shut itself off and didn't come back on. You have a battery failure. Sorry, you have an alternator failure. Oh look, landing gear motor was, Jesus, that popped out itself. Let's see here now. Navcom starter. Where's the other circuit breakers? Autopilot, turn coordinator. See the generator, Muse? Make sure that devil is in. Because if you lose your generator, you'll see the amps are now minus that 40. See that? That means you're discharging the battery. If you put back in the generator, that's the alternator running, or the generator running, and you're now charging the battery. So, wind in Sligo, 280, 14 knots. Okay, runway 28 is what we're going for. I'm going to change to heading mode, left turn, and we're going to head roughly 160 degrees, and that should start lining us up. We're going to fly in over Sligo town here, and that'll bring us in. Jesus, hi BHB, thank you for the follow. Norbert says, do you use third-party scenery? There's third-party scenery for Donegal. No, there's not, sorry, that's basic. I have third-party scenery for Birr, Shannon and Kerry. Shannon and Kerry are from MK Studios, I think, and Burr is from Jeppesen 2001. Gen breaker is in, but yeah, it's not charging. Right, Muse, go down to your tablet, go over to maintenance, click on electrical system, and make sure she's getting a charge. If everything here is working, that's ruling out the aircraft. You've got an issue with something in the sim. Also check your failures. As in your global failures, yeah? Okay, our runway is just over here. Strandhill and Sligo. This is another beautiful part of the world. I've been here. You can actually walk around the airfield and like you're within 50, 60 feet of aircraft. It's stunning. So what I need to do now, I'm going to go visual. Autopilot disconnect. She's beeping away. We're going to reduce some power. This is going to be interesting. So we're going to hold the nose up, reduce some power, and get ourselves set up for a landing. So I'm going to head towards Sligo town, and I'm going to use this area now just to slow us down. So mixture's going to go fully rich. Keep an eye on the RPM. We can increase our RPM. That's going to help decel the plane. But just don't make sure you hit it in the red line. Or make sure you don't hit it in the red line. So that's fairly good. You see the speed starting to drop off. And we're going to get ourselves lined up for a landing. The nav 1 breaker was popped. Must have clicked it. Sometimes they pop out themselves, Muse. And how a circuit breaker can pop if you're trying to put on too much too fast. It simulates all of that. Loading and all this. So, listen to that wind. We'll go headphones off just to get the sense of what's happening. Now we've got to be very careful of our cylinder head temperature here because we're letting the engine pretty much cool down as we're flying in the colder air. It's about 10 degrees now. So we're just coming in under 2,000 feet. Make sure our barrow is set to the local area. And we're going to go in for our first landing of the night. With a Toby eye on, let me see where we are. There's Sligo town down there. Left hand side, hey, hello MB339. Left hand side looks good. All this area here, absolutely stunning. We're near Collooney here. Queen Maeve is buried in Collooney, by the way. History turns to legend, legend turns to myth, all that sort of jazz. Man, this is beautiful. Even the weather we have, this is pretty, isn't it? So we're going to start a nice, lazy right-hand sweep here over Sligo town. We do have terrain to worry about, as in there's mountains on the far side. We'll take our time. Speed is dropping nicely. We can engage if we need to. First, notch of flaps. That's going to add some drag to the aircraft. It's going to help us with our deceleration. We're not really visual here, but let's see what we do. Sharper right-hand turn coming in. Drop the nose down a little bit. Our speed is safe, so we could drop the gear if we need to. That will add to the drag. Gear coming down. And you'll have a look at the speed now. It will start dropping quickly. There we go, we're looking good. Right, so visually, where's the airport? There's the lads. Airport's out there on the right hand side. Now when you're flying this in the real world, Sligo, they don't want you below 1,000 feet over the town. But they won't mind. So watch our speed, watch our power, watch our descent. And I can see runway lights way off in the distance. We'll turn off the name tags now, just to give ourselves a bit of a challenge heading in. And we've got to be careful because the wind is giving us a significant crosswind landing. This is not going to be straightforward at all, right? 98 Vulcan just landed in Exeter with the C-47 practicing for tomorrow. Nice, man, nice. Some of the lads hiked up here the other day. You can still see parts of the plane. Not sure if you covered it. We passed near a place. There's a short Sunderland crash near Donegal. There is. Years old one. Hey, Carlos says, can you force the sim to use GPU more? The sim is taxing my 5800. Make sure game mode is turned on. And on NVIDIA systems, B. Carlo, you can set that to prefer maximum power. There should be something similar in AMD. Dibby, good to see you, man. We've just started, dude. Join us. Airport starting off will be Echo India Sierra Golf, Sligo Airport in County Sligo. So see those runway lights ahead. We're over Sligo town. We're over 1,000 feet. That'll keep the locals happy. This is really nice with the weather. This is live weather. It's stunning, isn't it? So we'll take our time and ramble in. Just flying the Comanche in the sim, like it always puts a smile on my face. I've been in a real Comanche years and years ago, and I took the controls of it. And way back when when A2A were working on this, I had early access to it. And when I fired it up in Microsoft Flight Sim, I was just like, holy crap, this is so familiar. It was amazing, an amazing experience. Elf says, I love the Comanche, but I wish it had a better autopilot. I like the autopilot in this thing. What's your speed, Murph? Like, it is very rudimentary, you got to keep your eye on it, but it's very functional. Okay, so watch your speed coming in. We went a little bit fast there. Mixture set to rich. RPM, again, keep it off the red line. And there is a crosswind here, so the use of rudder is going to be important. Now we have our flaps set 1. We could give it full welly now in a moment, and then we'll try and plant it onto the runway as best we can. Because we have a mountain just beside us, this is a real challenge, because that wind will stop and then it'll come alive again. See those bumps we're getting? Proper turbulent air. And that's because you have wind hitting where that mountain is, and then it stops and then it starts again. Look at that. That's awesome. You just don't get this flying experience in any other aircraft in the sim. At all. Easy. Easy. Proper challenge in this, lads. You kind of have to let the plane fly itself. Don't be too twitchy on the controls. It's amazing how close real-world airplanes are to boats. The air is fluid. It's moving. They can bob and weave and do all this sort of stuff. It's cool. Right, so gently now. Second notch and full flap. Watching our speed. We are a little bit fast, but we'll kill this just on approach. Watch the rate of descent. Power's nearly on idle. Jesus! That was terrifying! Who pressed the button? Power's to idle. Runway 28. Easy does it now, Jemima. Easy, easy, easy. Nothing too fancy, Murph. Get her down. Oof. There was a bit of a bounce, but we're down. That's the new landing physics. That's cool. Now, you got to be careful on the brakes as well. A Scaredy Wolf, you have the tanks. You got to be careful with the brakes on this, because the brakes are simulated. When you hit the brakes, they heat up naturally, and if they get too hot, well, the effectiveness of the brakes diminish. You have to allow the brakes to cool down again. So if you land and you jam on the brakes over any extended period or distance, what's going to happen? The brakes are going to lose their performance. So in a real world situation, you can't have that, because if you need to abort a landing, or sorry, if you need to abort a takeoff and your brakes aren't able to do what you need them to do, you're in big trouble. There's no sensors here either to show you. So what A2A have done as a pilot, you got to feel it. Test the brakes now. See how long they last. Are they as sharp as they once were? Or maybe it's like, I've no brakes. They've muddled it all. So welcome to Sligo, our first stop of the night. See everyone parked up there. Check your fuel if you need some fuel. And we're going to get ourselves back and ready to take off once again. Next destination is going to be Burr in County Offaly. And this will be a challenge because it's a grass field. It's difficult to see from the air. And in terms of any nav aids getting us there, very limited. Murph, restart LRM. Hang on, we'll check it out now. I wonder, did I not record my landing? Oh, look. Okay, so it says here, remember to restart the client after each flight. Gotcha, okay. It's a beta of LRM. If you currently have the original LRM, that still works. That's fine. So belt away with that. But if you don't want to use FSU IPC and you just wanted to use LRM, well, you can use the beta. So we're going to hold hard here. Here's LRM. It recorded my flight. Close it. There's all traffic driving in front of me. We're going to open up the client, enter the airline call sign. We're Firefly Air. I am Firefly Air 235. Loading the client. It's found me, and now it's running. All right. So for our next flight, we're going to be heading down to Burr. So before we get going, make sure our mixture is a little bit lean. RPM is okay where it needs to be. Reset your baro and also your heading indicator. Heading is going to go to runway heading, so we'll bring this guy all the way up to about 280 degrees. And our plan here is, because we have high ground to our left, when we take off, we're going to fly. I'll circle around to the right, and then we'll head off. That's the plan of attack. All right. Press some buttons, Murph. Right. Abby says, I once knew a girl from Gormanstown.
Hello there.
I remember Gormanstown terribly well. We used to go up to, it was called the Cox Tavern. I didn't make up the name. It was a great pub. Oh, brilliant, brilliant pub. Minus 88, Dougal. Jesus, that was brilliant. Look at the fancy pants by your men, huh? Minus 88. What did Muse fan get?
Dougal, have you been drinking? I have, Ted. I've been drinking like a mad idiot.
Right, we're good to go. One notch of flaps. And power coming in. Off the brakes. Let's go flying. Again, watch the crosswind. Aileron into the wind. Jesus. Oh, she's challenging. Yupsy daisy. The takeoff. The wind changed direction. See that? See the weather sock? Positive rate, gear up. Easy now. Watch the speed. Flaps in. We could have went with fuel pump on. I didn't bother there, but we're all right. All right, easy now. Easy. Get ourselves up to about 500 feet, then we can safely turn to the right. Right turn coming in. Man, that wind is really hitting us. That's deadly. Right, we'll do another count to count those who are flying with us for the County McCounty. Xbox pilots press 1. If you're on the PC, press 2. And everyone else press number 3. It'll be grand. Yes, yes. Would you look at the state of that? Jeffrey B, thank you so very much indeed. 26 months in a row. You absolute ledge. Thank you very much indeed, my guy. Can we just say how nice the livery is? This livery created by Cyrus T, isn't it gorgeous? It's so unusual to see in a Comanche, but it works. It absolutely works. So we got 30 on the PC and 2 on console. Nice. Right, lads. Right turn coming in. Heading back over Sligo. We're a little bit high, so we're just going to adjust our height here. Manifold pressure, bring her down now. Same crack again. Back down to about 21. Easy. RPM, bring it back down to about 21. Nice and gently.
Oh, Jesus.
Jesus. And we're going to do something with the mixture here now. A little bit more, Murph. Roughly there. And we're looking kind of ish okay. Now, the manifold pressure is going to be a little bit high as we are descending. So let's see what we can do here. Wayne Jutani, good to see you, man. You're very welcome in. Do love the blue livery. Yeah, we got a Firefly Air livery on this as well. It's stunning. But like, if you look at the dash, look at the wood. Beautiful. So we're directly over Sligo town. Continue with a right-hand turn. Watch our speed. And we want to get ourselves down to about 2,000 feet. There is a cloud there we just want to stay away from. So far, everything inside the aircraft is behaving. No real worries at the moment. Now we can go autopilot now because I'm going to be setting ourselves up for our cruising altitude. Ideally 2,500, but we'll drop her down a little bit. So let me see. Autopilot. So we're going to go heading mode. I'm going to set it here to about 240 degrees. We're going to go into heading mode. Heading is set. And we're going to keep monitoring our altitude. And we're going to aim for 2,000 feet and then lock it in. So we're turning back onto that magenta line. We're fairly fast in our speed because we're dropping fast. That's a little bit better. You're okay entering the orange or yellow zone on your speed chart, but anything faster, never exceed speed, you're going to cause a bit of damage to the aircraft. You know what I mean? Right, so start dipping the nose down a bit better. So you can see, once again, we're flying towards our main track. This line is going to start moving in. And what I'm going to do now is activate our alt hold at 2,000. Go ahead and lock. Very good. And we're just waiting for this line to align up with everything else, and then we'll turn and face it. Englewood, good to see you, man. I just wanted to wish you good luck. We're all counting on you. Brilliant. Can we get one of these liveries for the V-tail? Oh, that'd be sweet. 98 Vulcan says, gotta go, Murph. Gotta go hospital visit the missus. Wish you all well for the rest of the flight. 98 Vulcan, have a great evening. Regards to your missus. And we'll see you soon, man. So we're about to hit our track, start our left turn. And it'll just make intercepting this line a little bit easier. Let's see if we can do it a little bit more gently now. That's looking good. Looking very good. Perfecto. Turn on track, high sensitivity. Autopilot engaged. Bring our manifold back up to 21. Easy. Bring our RPM up to 21. Easy. Mixture's good. We're 11 gallons an hour. Temperatures are okay. We're okay. 17 knots of a crosswind. This is kind of pretty. So here we are now leaving the vicinity of Sligo. Look at that. Look at the view. Look. That's beautiful. The Bonanza, that's another great airplane. And if you have the black square analog overhaul, the steam gauge overhaul for the Bonanza, oh, that's such a great plane. Real-time light is awesome. We'll have that market, say, once we get down to Shannon or Kerry. Elf says the Comanche is so nice to hand fly. It has none of the twitchiness that most other aircraft have. It's very, very smooth. Very, very smooth. It's gorgeous. So we're doing a respectable 132 knots. Don't need to go bananas here. Take your time. We're heading down to Burr. Our flight plan will take us in close enough to... Let me see. We'll overfly Banagher. So there's a number of visual reference points as we fly on this, right? Our first reference point is going to be that near Athlone as we go over Lough Ree. That's a big massive lake. It'll be on our left hand side. After that then, as we approach Banagher, we should see a big massive power station out the way. And as we get closer to Burr, there's some wind farms, wind turbines up in the hill out towards kind of they're kind of towards Clough Jordan or out that neck of the woods. Like when I fly over this neck of the woods, like we'll use a visual reference points like a barn, See the big silver barn? Yeah, fly towards that. Like, do you know what I mean? They'll use anything on the ground. Could be a forest, could be a bog, could be a barn, could be a lake, roads, all that sort of jazz. 19 knots crossing us now. So if we look at the plane, right? I mean, we are flying sideways. Look at this formation beside us. Jesus, lads, that's insane. Insane. Hey, Renoir's here. Good to see you. There's a plane going nuts. So many Comanches with us tonight. This is awesome. I'm an A. Right, we're doing well. Takiba Tom says, okay, I don't know how I managed it, but I got 28 feet per minute on the last landing. What? That's insane, man. Insane. So Burr is our next stop. It's run by the Ormond Flying School. And again, we have some freeware scenery there. That's with thanks to Jeppesen 2001. Now, is LRM tracking everything the way it should be? I think it is. Let's have a look. It is. Does it have me in it now? Yeah. Brilliant. So we can track all these flights over on our Discord. So you can see everything here, look. Flight completed, Firefly Air, PA-24 Comanche, from Donegal down to Sligo, and so on and so on. So everything gets pushed back into our Discord so we can see, and you'll get like your landing rate, you'll get all the jazz. Not only that, we can also check out our Firefly Air radar. And this is going to show us all the aircraft connected to our network. We've got 30 pilots in total. There's some folks flying anywhere they want in the world. That's what I love to see. And we got a train of folks. Look at this. That's amazing looking. That's all of us. Isn't that mad looking? For instance, there's Captain Sickbag. There's Gregor. There's a Dougal McTavish. There's Tarnish. There's Country Flyer. There's Mark Burton. There's Fierce Wolf. There's Takiba Tom. There's Airlock. Reckless Ray. Isn't that deadly, isn't it? It's great stuff, lads, isn't it? Absolutely awesome. So if you're unsure how to get any of this working, well, our team at Firefly Air, which is amazing. Firefly Air is a virtual airline, but it's not your conventional virtual airline. Yes, we do have elements of it that will mimic to the best we can real-world operations and procedures, but most of the time, it's fairly laid back. You just want to go flying, you can go flying. And, well, if you ramble over to our website, twotonemurphy.com, you see two very handsome looking fellas when the thing starts loading, right? The better looking fella's on the right hand side when there's two on the screen, and then he's on the left hand side when there's only one on the screen, right? But anyway, if you ramble over to where it says Firefly Air, there's a couple of new things added in here. So if you click on Firefly Air, this will give you all the information. Getting started, things to do, operation guides, all the stats, how to find the stats console. And then we have this new VATSIM roster. These are for VATSIM pilots after we ran our IF4 ATC course, right? So for instance, getting started, this is how you set everything up. This is where this is how you get everything working, right? Also under here, if you can go into the stats console, you can look at the Firefly Air radar. That's us. And there's this new one that Gibbo was working on. It's for the VATSIM group flights we do on a Thursday night. And we've started off with a new challenge for the VATSIM pilots. We want to fly to every country in Europe. Take off or land, it doesn't matter. And there's over 50. And this is going to be starting soon for any of the VATSIM pilots. And the idea is, well, you got to fly in VATSIM. So we're tracking that. This is something new. And it's awesome. Absolutely. And it's all for free. It's all free, lads. But not only that, FS Hub does a great job of recording your flights, right? So for example, if I go in here and if I go to my dashboard. So this is my dashboard. This gives a history of all my flights and what I do. And it'll show my recent flight. It's a full logbook. A lot of the time the sim doesn't do a great job at saving your flight details. It's crap. However, if you're connected using LRM onto FS Hub, well, here we go. Here's my flight details from Donegal to Sligo, the aircraft I used, my landing rate, how much fuel I burned, the whole shebang is there. Takeoff and landing, and it gives you a summary of that flight. And it stays there forever. And you can check out to see, well, that's the route I went. let's go in and look at our airline, right? Well, who did the last flight? We can click in on airline flights. And this is going to show us then all the flights done. So, for example, if we want to have a look at Sterling Moss. Sterling Moss flew from Donegal to Sligo, got a landing rate of 116 feet. We can go in here and view it. Sterling is flying in the Diamond Twin Star DA42. And you have the same crack again. If you find someone's flight, you can go in there and say, Jesus, I want to do that. Their flight plan is there, and you'll see what they did in the air. Dougal says, well, FS Hub works well when it's correctly set up. Ask me how I know. Well, hopefully it's working now, Dougal. Hopefully. But it's a great bit of kit, and again, it's all for free. If you're on the Xbox, you can also avail of this. You just have to do what's called a manual PIREP. You tell the gadget where you took off from and where you landed. It'll do the rest. It's awesome. It's absolutely awesome. So do be sure to check all that out. Don't forget, lads, if you are over on YouTube, if you wouldn't mind doing me a terrible big solid, if you hit the like button, YouTube likes that kind of tomfoolery, and it'll suggest the live stream to innocent bystanders, and they'll be like, wait, what? What's this Aegis? Right? Anne-Marie Walsh, Miss Helen in the game, or is in the game. Welcome in. Good to see you. So we're doing well. We are around, Jesus, where are we near? We're in we're near Roscommon now. County Roscommon. Roscommon has some kind of sexy name places. Boyle, for example. Right? And we're terribly close to Leitrim now that I mention it as well. But yeah, we're on the way down, so let's go in here. So here we are. And we've just rambled over Knock International Airport, Ireland West. That's way off on our right hand side. Funny story behind that. It was built for the bishop. Well, it was built for a cardinal. We're going to be heading down then towards Roscommon town. Then we're going to have Athleague. And as we go from Athleague, you're now going to go to Athlone. This is County Westmeath. And then we're going to ramble into County Offaly. From Offaly, we're going to head down then into parts of Tipperary, then into County Limerick, County Clare, Limerick, and then Kerry. So we're looking well. We're looking very well. I love flying in Ireland, though. It's always pretty. So we're currently at 2,000 feet. Our speed is quite good. We're back up to 140 odd knots. Now you'll see, even though we're indicating 140 or 160, because of the wind element, over the ground, we're doing about 140. The plane person. That plane person. You're very welcome in. Happy Friday. The map says I'm flying over Cornevay Raised Bog. There you go. There's no doubt about it, lads. There's no better day than a day out in the bog. Huh? 160 miles an hour. Oh, wait, sorry. It's miles an hour. I'm talking absolute mess. Miles per hour is the Comanche, and then on the inside it shows knots. Don't listen to me. I talk incredible amounts of crap. Right? Dougal's twin, evil twin, is over on the other place on YouTube. Look at that. Dougal is omnipresent. He's ever present. Murph is being a naughty, but Murph being a muppet. Oh, look. There's our other Firefly Air livery. Look at the state of it. Kanzui made that beautiful thing. Stunning. Man, look at that. I love seeing aircraft in formation. This is going to be us tomorrow night, lads, in C-47s. There's the other variant of the Comanche by Cyrus T. It's pretty, isn't it? Jesus, that is pretty. Would you look at the suffering state of that? So nice. It's beautiful, right? It's not safe for work. No, absolutely not. Dougal is doing like that gif of John Travolta. Where am I? Anyone see that's him? Brilliant. This is stunning. This is stunning. Time now for the sip from our sponsor, Holy. It's essentially a powdered version of a healthier version of if you're drinking like soft drinks and energy drinks. Holy is a healthier option. It's cheaper and, well, it's nicer. And it's healthier. Check it out. Exclamation point Holy. If you're into that thing. If you're not, you're not. There's no worries. Where to get the C-47? It's on the Instant Marketplace. Night. Oh, that's nice. Nighthawk says, is there a Firefly livery for the Chancellor? No. I would love one. Yeah, holy water. This is holy. The Holy Grail. See what I did there? Yeah, you can check it out. If you're someone like me who was drinking way too many like friggin' soft drinks and like, you know, energy drinks, this is a healthier option. There is, I never released it. Cyrus has one. Jesus. Am I not afraid of bursting into flames? Probably. Mark says, I'm enjoying the C-47, going to bring it on the next leg. Nice. Murph, is there a raised boggin? Wait, Murph, is there a raised boggin? Tarnish, English, you can do it. Or maybe I'm not reading it right. That wouldn't be like me at all. I'm reading great. Wait, I'm great at reading. Right, where are we now? This is brilliant. We are approaching Athlone. Loughrea is going to be over here on the left-hand side. There'd she be. Popular YouTuber and also fellow Irishman. Do you ever hear Jack Septigai? He lived in Athlone for years. He lived further down the road. The family home, I think, was down towards Verban, I think. Which is not too far from me. But that's where he spent a lot of time there. The flight somewhere, Learjet, appears to have launched on the marketplace. What? The Learjet 35 is awesome. Bog in your aircraft. Bog. A poo pan. Yeah, sorry, you're right. Murph, is there a raised bog? No. There's not. The colour is I like the, oh, look at that. Do, diddly do, diddly do. And there's no window. Wait, there's no door. Diddly do. Who's in that? How's that F-16 keeping up with us? Oh, look! There's a C-47 that has a man with a ladder stuck to it. Really? They have the same freaking... Are we going to have that tomorrow night? Really? Are we going to have that tomorrow night? Or maybe Stuxit forgot to press the button. Look, there's a man! It looks like Mary Poppins. What's going on? Are we going to have that tomorrow night? It's an LOD thing. Jesus. He's just trying to change some spark plug. Drunken Simon, yeah. I hope we don't see that tomorrow night. That's going to be a buzz killer altogether. For me fancy screenshots. Look at the state of that. He'll be there clinging on. VHS tape, good to see you. He's just doing his job. There's a man on a ladder down a C-47. Imagine telling the pilot, pilot, you have your ground crew attached. Wait, what? Look at this. This is beautiful. There's Kanzui, look, in the MB339 in a Firefly Air livery. Look at the state. Look at the suffering state. Oh man, that's gorgeous. So hot right now. Now, where are we at? There's a mad bug with the men hanging on the prop. Really? Just some of the ground crew. The rest let go. Wendy, I can fly. Right, Loughrea, I've driven a boat here. Sailed a boat, Murph. Well, there's no sails on it, so I drove the boat. We've had this conversation before. But yeah, when you drive on the lakes in Ireland, depending on how big they are, Loughrea is a good one. Lough Derg is deadly. It's like being at sea. Herr Miller, good to see you, man. Because it like steered the boat. That's a safe way of saying it, Red Baron. Yeah. I steered the boat. It could only turn left. The boat's nearly fixed. Nearly. I say nearly. My dad's still working on it. It's nearly fixed. Hope to see it up and running now in a couple of weeks. But yeah, oh man, bringing the boats up this neck of the woods, stunning. Right, so how is everything doing? Temperatures, pressures. We're all okay. We're all okay. Fuel flow is good. Run our main tanks. All is good. We could go on the tip tanks in a while. In fact, after Burr, we'll switch to our tip tanks. And what's nice about the Comanche, it'll actually draw the fuel directly from its tip tanks. You don't need to pump them from the tips into the main and then into the engine. You can actually draw the fuel directly from the tip tanks. It's a really nice feature. Former steersman. Oh, nice. 600 foot. Row. Jesus. That was like a feeder, was it? Can you now turn the bore to the right, Murph? Oh wait, the boat. No! The good news is he fixed the bow thruster. So if I had to turn right in a panic, I can, you know. But the last time the bow thruster didn't work, and Gibbo thought, well, Gibbo just thought it was well, he thinks that anyway, but like, he thought it was a special kind of idiot. But the good news is it's the bow thruster is now working. Now, it's a 32 foot, is it? Or 36 foot? You don't really need bow thrusters. I mean, come on. That's like us saying, you don't need a map. You know, or you don't need an autopilot. Right? It's one of those kind of, no, I know we don't need it, but it's terribly nice to have it. You know? Are you sure it wasn't a motorboat? Yeah. Driftwood did take their boat out to sea to England and France. Really? Who is it? Rambog who goes out to sea as well? Rambog, do you go out to sea? I think Rambog does, doesn't he? This is gorgeous. So once we get to Burr and land, we're going to use our tip tanks down there. Crossed the pond last year. That's nuts. This year, not as much. Vatsim got in the way. Right? Okay, can we get a METAR for Burr? Unlikely. Let's go to airports. Echo India Bravo Romeo. Burr. Open the airport, please. Runways. Weather. Info. Runways. No runway information. The weather. So the nearest one is going to be Shannon. Winds 280 at 12. The showers. Ooh. And the becoming clearer. Okay. So we're basing this on windage of 2.8. No matter what way we do this, lads, it's going to be a crosswind landing. So if the winds are coming in roughly from 2.8, well, that means we're going to need to use the 3.6 landing. Either way, we're going to get a crosswind. If we're going for a landing on 3.6, we need to overfly Burr and Crinkle. That's okay. I mean, we'll manage that. Surely. Sard. I've sailed in some great places, but proper boats, Murph, with big white things that catch the wind. Hang on now, do you have special shoes for said boat as well? I mean, now you're talking a totally different level, right? You have like expert mode, and then you have like, you know, the not so expert mode. And then you fellas in paddling boats, they're just like, you know, they're unfortunately, you know, the arcade boaters, you know. No, barefoot. Barefoot? That's pretty hardcore. No Crocs, no. Jesus. Should be Crocs. I've never worn me Crocs on me dad's boat. And it's not that he forbade them. Like, it doesn't really matter what you wear on our boat. Just don't wear heels. You know, for obvious reasons. Barefoot is the only way. Rambog did the same. Would you not be terrified you'll bash your toe or something? I mean, the damage. Yeah, barefoot till you snag a toe. Right, Airlock, he knows. See, we're risk assessors. We assess the risk. Peat bogs ahead. Indeed there is. The Irish peat bogs, supplying electricity to the ESB until Greta Thunberg said, "How dare you?" And now we import biopellets from the Amazon rainforest. They're brilliant. See what you did, Greta? You made a balls of it. We were happy away using our own turf. And then you said, no, you can't do that. So now we import them direct from friggin' the Amazon. Makes total sense. Safety shoes required for where I was, but they reimburse us for a pair every 2 years. Ooh, how dirty. I needed Greta emote. I broke 2 toes on both feet the same summer going barefoot. Teaching sunfish to sail, or sunfish sailing to kids. Oh, Jesus. It sounds liberal. Our government does that stupid stuff too. To be fair, it was Eamon Ryan's fault. Yep. How many Aegis can you fit in a building? 312. How do you know that, Murph? That's the capacity of Leinster House. Right, moving on abruptly. Irish politics now, lads. I have a pain in me politics. Look at the bogs here now, right? And what's pretty cool about the bogs in Ireland, as I'm sure they are anywhere else, Well, they found ancient stuff in these bogs. In actual fact, the Clonakilty man, he was found up in Clonakilty. He's about, oh, there's a terrible long pause. He's about 3,000 years old. And they found, Jesus, we're alive. They found, look at your man. Chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim true. Something looks terrible on the yoke. The Clonakilty man was 3,000 years old, and they found he had hair gel. They wore gel 3,000 years ago. Mad. Then they also found 8,000-year-old butter. Can't believe it's not butter. 8,000 years ago, they found butter. As you do. There's Renoir, the VL3. Beautiful plane. Love the smell of a peat fire. Oh, turf is your only man. I saw a show where they found butter in a bog on an estate and they ate it. What? Kerry Gold. Look at that. That's an issue. We can't have this. Remember, boys, 3 days, 3 nights of hard fighting. You will be relieved. Yeah, that's just weird. We'll need to fix that. Does the mod still work for the VL3? Yes, it does. Runway 36, correct and right. Kerry Bold is deadly. Airwolf is in Airwolf. Who'd have thought it? Banana Dave, looking well. Mark is circling in a C-47. Nice. Right. Now, remember I was telling you some visual reference points. Where's the factory? Where's the power plant? Where's the River Shannon? Here's the Shannon. Here's the power plant. That should be a power plant. I brought Gibbo up this neck of the woods. We went in here to Shannon Harbour and had lunch. It was very nice. Very nice. That's the biomass place now. And you're surrounded by bogs. So that's a visual reference point. And remember I was telling you then, our next reference point is going to be a wind farm. There she be. And as we look on a little bit further, this area here is called Banagher. And to the right hand side is a massive concrete factory in there called Banagher Precast Concrete. And these are all visual reference points as we head in towards Burr. When we get in towards Burr, you have a number of waypoints. You have the castle, Burr Castle, and then you have Grant Engineering. You'll see them clearly from the sky. Got stuck in Banagher once on a boat, Scary. They're awesome. Banagher's lovely. Marcella's, I think, there's a great chipper in Banagher. They released it like that. It's a little shocking. The sound inside the cockpit doesn't sound too good in the C-47. I haven't tried it out yet, Dave. So, like, if I find that the gadget isn't great, I will use the DC-3. But we'll see. We'll see. Then we'll be flying across Murphy territory. You'll be flying close to Murphy territory. Indeed, indeed. The Tipperary. I'm not far from this neck of the woods at all. Echo India Hotel Fox Delta is in the game. Anne-Marie Wall says, really? Are you testing the C-47 today? Lovis, no, I'll do it tomorrow. Also, if you guys have X-Plane, just saying, there is an incredible freeware C-47 available in X-Plane. Into the Blue Simulations released a video the other day flying the freeware C-47. It's gorgeous. The sounds are amazing. So it's back to Murph's for barbecue. Can you? No better Boogle Dougal. How do you like your sausages? Burnt? Yes. How do you like your burgers? Crispy? Ah, you're in. Straight in. With a big dollop of coleslaw. Absolutely grand. Right? Boggs, that was on my GCSE biology paper today. Uh-oh. Barbecue fish. Oh, Jesus. No. No. Why would you do barbecue fish? Fish don't belong in a barbecue. They won't cook right. Now, we're going for a run English, Murph. Words are hard. We're going for runway 36. So I want to fly to this manually. So we're going to change our course to a heading of 150 degrees. And let's go heading mode. We're still at 2,000 feet. We're over Banagher. There be Banagher. Look at this. So many beautiful planes with us. And here's Burr here in the distance. There's that wind farm. That's a visual reference point. So whenever I've flown out of Burr, it's over... Well, we usually head roughly over there. There's more of them down in the next town, Roscrea, down there. and then you kind of fly back. That Silver Barn I was telling you, that's a VFR or VRF. It's over here somewhere. If you ever get the chance to go fly, Ormond Flying School, it's really nice, and the rates are good. Rates are very good. Tinfoil is your friend with barbecue fish. We need to do some Euro Truck Sim. Yes, Cyrus, I'm mad to do a bit of trucking. Either ETS or American Truck Sim. I'm mad to do some Truck Sim. I was watching, who was it watching? Who was streaming that the other day? And I was just like, oh, Jesus. Who was streaming that the other day? It'll come to me. Where's your man in the balloon? Now, lads, keep an eye out. There's a lunatic in a hot air balloon. A lunatic, right? And we need to be careful. Some say he has a six-pack. The others say his six-pack is protected in some insulation. It's like a flagging jacket. Mustafa, it was Moose I was watching. Moose was in Truck Sim, and it looked incredible. We haven't flown in that, you don't fly in a Truck Sim, Murphy, you big idiot. We haven't driven in Truck Sim in a while. Right, there's Birr Airfield. Birr Castle is just over here. One of the largest telescopes in the world was in Birr Castle, and Jeppesen has modelled it here in her scenery. Just have a look in over the just over the tip tank. There she be. This is freeware scenery, so if you download it, you get the Birr scenery, and it was once the largest telescope in the world. And you have Birr Castle, which is modelled as well, and you have that mad Egypt in a hot air balloon. So as we're flying along, Birr Airfield, it's here at Crinkle. So well, we can go visual here now. So we're going to say good luck and thanks to our autopilot. Autopilot off. I uninstalled ATS after buying the maps. It's $1,000 game. What? I played SnowRunner before. It's very good. Dougal's getting the Comanche bounce. That's okay, Dougal. She'll bounce. I'm getting a bit of a one as well. Autopilot off, Murph. There we go. Let's go visual. The airfield is roughly over there. So power, oh, Jesus, what's your speed? Bring the power back. Easy now, Murph, you big idiot. RPM bringing up a bit. Get your trim centered. Mixture rich. Carb temperature at the moment. Cylinder head temperature is okay. What do you call a Skoda that runs on milk? A Skoda. Brilliant. I go to Birr Air Show. It's so good. Birr Air Show is awesome, Memory. Yeah, it's really good. Okay, we're dealing with an 18 friggin' knot crosswind here. This is going to be interesting. So letting that speed bleed off. We're doing a little bit better now. There's our speed at 120. First notch of flaps. Just watching the power. Bring our RPM up. Continue on this course for the moment. I'm using the windmills below us here just as a reference point, and the other windmills should be out the right, which they are. Once I pass them, I'll turn right. Beautiful. It's a really nice part of the world. If we kept going straight on, we'd head into Templemore and then Thurles. Okay, speed is dropping down nicely. We can start dropping a bit of altitude here as well. Gonna drop the gear to help with the drag. Gear coming down. Watch the speed. Dip the nose. And we're gonna start a sweeping right-hand turn. Easy does it. Stick on the old fuel pump as we're coming in here, just in case we need it. Speed is good. Altitude is good. Watch the turn. That wind is going to make things very challenging. Keep an eye out now. We're looking for the runway. I think I have the runway. Apply a small bit of power. Little bit bouncy with some stutters. We're alright, we're still alive. Okay. Jesus. There's the windmills. We'll pick up the road now. We can just follow the road straight in. Alright. Man alive. This looks nice, doesn't it? This looks gorgeous. There's Hummingbird straight ahead of us. There's that lunatic in the hot air balloon. Speed is good, 110 miles an hour. RPM is good, mixture's fully rich, gear is down, 1 notch of flaps. Continue. And we're just kind of fighting the wind here. See how we go, right? Are you going to do an air show in Bray? Was thinking of doing an air show in Bray, a virtual one. I didn't get any freaking help from the organisers of the Bray Air Show though, so I was kind of like, do you know, we'll just do our own thing. But yeah, it'd be a neat idea, wouldn't it? Those maps add up. Like, imagine. Yeah, the trucks and maps, they're dear. Portrush Air Show is back this year. Oh, really? Ooh, nice. Now, what's your height here, Murph? Easy does it now, Jemima. Just trying to fight some of this wind. It's sideways coming in. We're miles off, but like, it's all sideways coming in. That's the wrong road as well, I think. There's the, oh yeah, there's the bog, there's the forest. I come over here a bit. Altitude about 1,500 feet. Want to drop it down to about 1,000. Then back over to the road. Watch your speed. Straighten up here. We're going to start a right turn very shortly. We got the field in sight. Keep dropping that power back. Hey, MDA is here. Good to see you, man. Hope you're well. Happy Saturday to you, my dude. Okay, we're looking good. Speed is good. Let's go second notch of flaps. Really help us now with the drag. And it'll be a relatively sharp turn, this. There we go. There's the main road. Easy now. The wind is blowing from our left. Runway in sight. Gear down, flaps down, and let's ramble in. Easy does it. Easy does it. Are we going to Duxford in the game? Not tonight, but yeah, we can. Someday, yes. Duxford's awesome. Alright, watch this crosswind. We're a little bit high, but we're okay. We set our barrow to this local area. Little bit bumpy. Now, landing on a grass strip, you want to keep the pressure off the nose wheel for as long as possible. Okay, flaps full. Lead the speed. Watch the flare. The lads are in Hassett's Field. Jesus. Right, Murph, hold the nose. 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 There's a touch. Alrighty. Jesus. Nothing like stutters on a final. Jesus. You gotta love the stutters. Flaps in. There's Mr. Ed, the horse. Mr. Ed. Spin around here to the left hand side. Here's the clubhouse. Alright. And we'll give ourselves a moment to just kind of... right? Hey, we got a Chinook here as well. Deadly. Alright, we're going to sit tight. Parking brake coming on. RPM dropped to about 1,000. Lower our mixture. Not too much. Okay, leave her sit. LRM, we're going to do a thing. Did it remember? Okay, well, it got a landing here, 72 feet. Okay, so we're going to close that. And we'll start LRM once again. FFA. FFA 235. We're in. Okay. That's working. Let's go into FS Hub just to make sure all is working in here. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Where's this? Oops, an error occurred. Let's see what happens. Alf, you take care of my dude. Restart LRM. Thank you, airlock. Never mind the runway. I hit potholes. Uh-oh. Let's have a look to see to record my last flight. Should have. Someone's firing machine guns, as you do. Let's have a look. Last flight. Did it not register the frig flight? Come on. It said it did. Did it even pick it up on Discord? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Flight complete. Really? Jesus, the amount of people flying. It didn't record my landing. Well, for God's sake. Bobby did say it's not 100%. Clearly. But yeah, it recorded it inside LRM. Like LRM said, it actually recorded. Yeah, but it didn't post it on our Discord either. Uh-oh. Big Carlo, you take care of my dude. Like, it didn't record it on Discord either, so I'm a little bit worried now it didn't record it at all. You know? I recorded 2 landings for Rambog, though. That's interesting. Right, now, what did I give Rambog for this 2 flights? Is FS Hub down? Yeah, we could have broke it. Yeah, I think we broke it. A big bounce. Yeah, we broke FS Hub. Uh-oh. Alright. Not to worry, we shall continue on with our endeavours. That's a pity, though. But I can add in a manual PIREP later. Lost connection, attempting to reconnect, now connected. Yeah, it loses connection a lot, doesn't it? It wasn't us. No, it wasn't us. Right, lads, our next trick of the night. We're going to be flying now from Burr all the way over to Shannon. This is a flight we've done quite a bit on our VIA4 series. And it'll take us out over Barrisacane, over Loch Derg, and then it's down into Shannon. So, double check your fuel, make sure all is okay. I'm going to be flying from my tip tanks. Here we go. Fuel pump is already on. Off the brakes. Power coming in. And let's ramble over to the active. All the planes here. Jesus, lads, that's amazing. So we're going to set... Where am I? We're going to set... It's very hard to see everyone. Or see the runway with everyone. We're going to set a notch of flaps for takeoff. Where am I going? Oh, we need to go the other way. Jesus. I was just turning around on the spot, you know. Herman something says, LRM hasn't recorded my flights in about 3 days. Really? But there's a new beta version out. That's what we're checking out. Ooh, there's a bump. Okay, let's ramble down. It's a beta. So, you know, betas don't work all the time. That's totally understandable. The good news is, this gadget's picking it up. Owl Volanta. So let's see what happens. Sheriff Ironnuts, resubscribe to the channel. Thank you very much indeed, dude. That's with Prime as well. 2 months. Thank you very much indeed. Very kind of you. Really do appreciate the support, dude. Alright. Over to Shannon, and then it's going to be down to County Kerry. County Kerry. Mind the horses there now. Why the long face? That was hilarious, Murphy. I mean, you know. Right. 1 notch of flaps to take off. Up the kingdom. Up the kingdom. Kerry for Sam this year, lads. I think it'll happen. They're a long time messing now, you know. Oh Jesus, I don't think Dublin have it in them. Oh, I'm literally after flying into another plane. How rude of me! This is very strange and beautiful, weird looking madness. Don't mind me at all. Right, what are we doing, Murph? Mixture rich, yes. Heading bug. Jesus. Heading bug. I can't see anything. Edge forward there. Heading bug to runway heading. Oh, Jesus. Up the road there now. Up you divil you. Was that Cyrus? Was it? Sorry. Right, we're going to fly runway heading. Then it will be a turn to the right as we circle around and get everyone up and running. Get down to be bed. Oh, it's Dougal. Oh, Jesus. Sorry, Dougal. Tell me, what's it good for you to? Right, power coming in. Hip the yard. Let's go flying. Takeoff power set. Airspeed alive. Go fierce handy on this bouncy place. There's 60. There's 80. 85. Oopsie daisy. There's a stutter. Thank you. Gear up. Alright. Actually, we'll turn left here. I want to fly out over Birr Castle. Flaps in. We will be departing from Exeter tomorrow. Exeter. Echo Golf Tango Echo. Easy. 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 Right, so here's Birr Castle coming up here on the left hand side. Very beautiful. And in at the back of Birr Castle, you'll see the telescope. Once the largest telescope in the world, lads. Look at that. Look at the state of that. Beautiful. There's the castle. There's the telescope and all the gardens. Fantastic looking. I don't know, Super Ty, like, the way I left with Dave was, Dave does his thing, I'll do my thing. But we know that there's going to be a much larger group flying along, right? The Irish invented telescopes. Indeed, and we did. Awesome stuff, Dave. Looking forward to it, man. Alright, so we're just circling around here. And then we will turn back on course and head towards the Derg. Okay, so we're climbing to about 1,500 feet at the minute. Autopilot is going to come back on. We're going to go to standard mode, stick it into heading mode. Is that bar moving in? Yeah. Heading mode selected. We're climbing. We're going to lock it in at 2,000 feet. Fuel pump off.
Hello there.
So far so good. Keane Lafford is here. Hello, Keane. A very happy Friday to you. Angels15. Welcome in. Welcome in. Okay, we're looking good-ish.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, Jesus. Flyer 10. Newton invented the telescope, but maybe some Irish in him. Listen, the Irish invented Newton. The Irish invented gravity, sure. Right, where's this now? Hold 2,000 feet. And then we go to high sensitivity track. We're on the magenta line. This should turn us. There's a roll coming in. Alright. Bring that power back. Manifold dropping. RPM dropping. Let's go for 2121. That'll do kind of nicely. Mix her out. Keep an eye on the peak. About 11 will do. We're looking good. And remember, on the tip tanks, so we've got to be careful here with the amount of fuel we have on board. Keep an eye on those auxiliary tanks. Gear is up and locked. Reset our barrow. We should be on a heading of about 242 degrees. Let the autopilot do his thing. And all should be well. But yeah, welcome in everyone. Hope you had a great day. When Newton invented the telescope, he saw Chuck Norris looking back at him with binoculars. Brilliant. Alright, so we have you have a place called Clock Jordan out here. It's one of these eco weird places. It's all natural stuff. It's an eco village. Greta would love Clock Jordan now. And well, we're heading down over Borrisacane. Portumna is over there, lads. We've gone Portumna before. So this is going to be Borrisacane, out by the viewing point, kind of Killaloo, neck of the woods. Ballina, Killaloo. And then it's onto Loch Derg. We can see Loch Derg opening up here just in front of us. Really, really pretty. When the iron rod dropped on Murph's ancestor, and when that hurt you, gravity, after a few other words were used. Yes, blast and drat, words to that effect. Brilliant. Oh, this is gorgeous. Look at the state. This is absolutely beautiful. Oh, lad, I can't tell you how much I enjoy group flights. It's amazing. I love getting to fly with you guys. Just seeing so many aircraft flying along, be those in formation, right, which looks incredible, or just those hanging about, we see them on the map. It's stunning. Chuck Norris counted to infinity. Twice. Oh, the Chuck Norris. Right, did FS Hub come alive again? It did, right. Yeah, it didn't record my last flight. Drat and damn. Ah, well. Let's have a look again at our airline radar. Muse is in a Vision Jet. Come on, Muse. Oh, yeah. Look at this. Isn't that class looking, isn't it? You have to love it. Absolutely brilliant. No, I'm not. Oh, no, it's not Muse. It's Muscilato. Or, Jesus, where's Muse? Muse is in a PA-24 like the rest of us. Here's a guy who can't read English. Don't worry, lads. I have a great explanation. The reason why that happened is very simple. It goes a little bit like this. A very welcome to Friday. The weekend has started. Hold on tight. Cian Lefford has a few exams of the Leaving Cert done, more every day until Wednesday, then politics a few weeks later. That's going to keep you busy. The very best of luck, Cian Lefford. Dibby, you take care of my dude. we get the Keane emotes into the chat, wishing Keane the very best of luck. He's doing his certificate of leaving. Up the devil you. Man alive, that's good. Look at the state of that. Look at the state of the chat. And the crowd goes wild. Awesome stuff, Keane. So this here, lads, is Loch Derg. And we're heading towards Shannon. So let's bring up Shannon. And let's have a look at the runways. So, Echo India, November. Hello, Shannon. And we'll open the airport. And let's have a look at the runways. So, 2-4 is what it's given us. So, we're straight in. Nice. So it's a straight in landing, runway 24 into Shannon. That's what the winds favour. And that is going to be our next stop. How are we getting on? Are we going alright? What? You need a certificate to be able to leave Ireland? Can't you just pack your bags? What do they call them in America? Well, graduation, I suppose. But yes. How's our fuel doing? We'll go back onto our main tanks once we get to Shannon. So far so good. Flying at 160 miles an hour, 140 knots. Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff, lads. It's a really... Are you enjoying this flight? I mean, would you look at the state of it? Isn't it gorgeous? Live weather. And, like, the time is about an hour behind us. But, like, it's... Ah, jeez, it's gorgeous. Look at that, though. It's stunning. I'm terribly biased having us fly in Ireland all the time, but, like, it's... I love flying here. It's gorgeous in the sim. So over the mountainous regionus maximus, there's actually a radar up here. We'll see Shannon fairly quick. It'd be better if I flew around Louth. What kind of fish is in the Shannon? Salmon. Muse, we'll do a flight in Louth one of these days. County Louth High. Right. It'll be grand. You know. We'll play some local music. Maniac 2000. And Wexford. Lads, you've just given me inspiration. So tonight we're on the west coast. The next time we fly in Ireland, we'll do the east coast. How's that? We'll go Belfast down to Wexford. Or Waterford, maybe. Keane says, also, I must thank you, Murph, for doing the stream about the volcano on Monday. Really helped me with my geography exam. Yes! Brilliant! Yeah, nice flight. We'll do Belfast down to Waterford via Louth, Weston, probably, or Casement, Wicklow, Newcastle in Wicklow, Wexford, and then across, right? Eamon says, this is actually the first time I've flown the A2A Comanche. What? Are you liking it, Eamon? Moonlight flight on a clear night over the Alps. Oh, no, that's, yeah, that's pretty. Zard says, my ancestors are from here. I've never been here. Nice. Kane Laffer says, Jesus, Wexford. Did I ever tell you my story about Wexford? No. Kane, tell us your story about Wexford, please. This is important. Eamon likes it so far? Nice, dude, nice. If you're just joining us, you're all very welcome in. Happy Friday, lads. We're doing a flight here in Ireland. We started off in Donegal. We went to Sligo. We went to Burr. Now we're on our way to Shannon. And our last leg of the flight will be Shannon down to Kerry. And we're here in the incredible Accu-sim Comanche. This is from A2A Simulations. There's a wee grass strip in Newgrange just outside of Drogheda. Oh, we could do that, Muse. Yeah, great idea. Great idea. I need to visit Ireland and have a pint. Zard, you would be most welcome. Ramble over to Ireland, and just when you get to the airport at immigration, just say you're looking for Murph. You'll be sorted. Sorted. Keane Lefford says, so basically, right? Captain Sickbag was like, I did that before, Muse. At Newgrange. Did we do that in Newgrange before? Tanzui, you take care of my dude. We'll see you tomorrow, man. Right, runway in sight already. Shannon has a massive runway. We're doing well, though. We're doing very well. Now, looking at the wind and what it's doing, I'm going to adjust our heading here. So we're going to fly this on a heading path. We're going to adjust our heading to about 260 degrees. And we'll go heading mode. So bank to the right. And that should get us back on track with runway 24. Keane Lafford is typing, I'd say now, like a man possessed. We're looking good. What aircraft, Muse? I mean, that's the question. What aircraft? Like the Comanche is... Oh, we might take the Duke. We might take the Duke. I love... The Duke is really nice. I love flying that. Then again, the Comanche, it's... Jesus, I might take this again. I'm really, really enjoying this flight so far.
Time to pull the big switch, good buddy.
Ronnie Morgan, you're very welcome aboard. Thank you indeed for the raid. Hope you had a great stream. Welcome in, lads. Comanche would be perfect. Yeah, it would. Hope you're well, Ronnie. Mother Trucker, good to see you, man. What about EICL in Offaly? EIC... Kuna. That's, EICL. Oh, wait now. EIC... oh, Clonbelogue. Clonbelogue, yeah. Oh, Clonbelogue is a great spot. We could, in fact, do Belfast, Drogheda, Clonbelogue. What's the other one out by... oh, Jesus. Jesus. We might see it here. There's Burr. There's Clonbelogue. What's the one I'm looking for? No, not Spollins. Not Milltown Pass. Dorans, no. There's Burr. I'm up here now a little bit. Mullingar neck of the woods. Athboy, no. Loch Sheelan? Huh? Abbey Shrewl, lads. Abbey Shrewl. Yeah, Abbey Shrewl would be nice. Like, that's our flight plan tonight, look. So the next time we do this flight, we'll go Belfast, Abbey Shrewl, back into Newgrange, Weston maybe, and then head down this neck of the woods, down by Wexford into Waterford. Yeah, that'd be super nice. Yeah, I'll do up and out flight plan. Right, heading's looking good. Autopilot coming off. Autopilot off. My airplane. Bring the power back. I live right beside it, Mother Trucker. Nice! There was a rocket-propelled fluid hang on. Kane Effer says, I went on a summer holiday to Wexford a few years ago. While we were there, we went to Hook Lighthouse. The roads out to it are as even as me grandma's wrinkly face. And Jesus, the smell of fish in Wexford. The smell of fish with the bumpy roads made me get very sick. There was rocket-propelled stuff evacuating from both ends. Jesus, Keen! Doing great, Ronnie. Thank you so much indeed for the raid, dude. Hey, DH Paradox. Great to see you, man. Happy Friday. Hope you're well. Right, we're approaching Shannon. Start bringing the power back. Easy does it. Power coming back nicely. We're going to go mixture rich. Fuel pump comes on. Now we're on our tip tank, so just as a reminder, we'll go back onto our main tanks after this landing. Dan, 1878 in the house! God knows how long I'll last. I'm mighty tired and I feel like a big bag of boiled sweets. You're very welcome in, my dude. I hope you're well. Kane Lafford, I imagine there was an awful lot of cleaning required in the car. You know, you needed hosing down, I'd say. Speed's coming back nicely. Increase a bit of RPM here. Getting that prop spin a little bit faster actually helps with a bit of decel. Shannon Airport, famous. Irish coffee was invented down here, literally. And it was the first duty-free in the world, was Shannon. It's also one of the largest runways in Europe. This was a backup landing facility for the space shuttle should it need an emergency landing. Yeah, it was down in Foynes, but it was for Shannon Airport. Oh no, it wasn't actually, it was for Foynes. We're going to fly over Foynes. Foynes was incredibly important because it was a flying boat base. The Boeing Clipper, the 314 Clipper, amongst others, would have landed at Foynes. EICL, home of the Irish Parachute Club. It is. Clonbelogue is a great spot. Terrible tragedy there some years back. So was Prestwick in Scotland. Aiming, yeah, 100%. Alright, speed is looking good. Bring it down a little bit. I'm a little bit too fast to deploy the flaps here. Hold the nose up a bit. That'll bleed off the speed even better. There, she drops there now. First notch of flaps. That'll help us. Landing gear coming down. Bit of Toby eye on to help us. Gear in transit. Green light. Gears are down and locked. Left is looking good. Right is looking good. And continue our approach. Okay, prop is full. Speed about 110 miles an hour. Easy does it. On the poppies, we don't need to be. Oh no, Dougal is getting big stutters. Uh-oh. Could be just the scenery loading in, Dougal. The chipmunks are in the sim. They are. We have some chipmunks. Airplane Heaven did the chipmunk. And there's actually an Irish Air Corps livery for the chipmunks. Pretty cool. Okay, runway 24. We're looking good. About a 2-mile final, give or take. Ease our way in. We got a lot of runway here, so I'm not overly worried. Our aiming point is just down near those poppies. I remember that, Murph. I go by where the plane went down every morning. Jesus, really? Hey, look, we got a Navion with us. Beautiful. That's a beautiful airplane. Okay, speed is good. Approach is looking good. We're fairly stable, regardless of the old 10-knot crosswind. Second notch of flaps. That's going to try and pull the nose up. Keep some pressure on the stick, leaning forward. We're looking good-ish. Easy now. Easy. Oh, this is so nice. This is so nice. Alright. Over the threshold. There's my aiming point. There's my touchdown point. Let's see what happens. Runway 24. Power to idle. Full flaps. Let's try and plant it here, Murph. Easy. 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 Hold the nose. Hold the nose. And touchdown. Nice and gentle. There we have it. Right. Small bit of power. Small bit of braking. Flaps in. Alright. Keep the RPM up around 1,000. Little bit of mixture out. Welcome to Shannon, lads. Welcome to Shannon. We can exit here and we'll taxi back up. That's the handiest. Hell of a taxi. Love the Navions. They're so good, aren't they? Airlock at 65. Sold. Nice. Mark B is going to land in the C-47. Yeah, I'm not going to go as far as Alpha. We'll jump off here at Hotel, even though we're not supposed to. It's alright. They won't give out to us. We rang ahead, you know. Actually, in fact, when there was an air show in Shannon, they actually opened up these taxiways, which was very handy. What causes so many aircraft to appear to hover on the ground? Airman, that happens when they don't have the same scenery. There's a slight difference in the mesh, meaning that your elevation is going to be slightly off. The Microsoft Flight Sim as default, they kind of have default figures. Custom scenery would have more accurate terrain data, in particular airfield elevation. You's got minus 17. Get out of that. No, you didn't. Yeah, I did. Nah, you didn't. Rubbish. You big show off. Duke got minus 211, minus 22, minus 133, minus 77, minus 11. All in the one go. Santi says, I can finally join you. I can see you all. Huzzah! Hurrah! Brilliant. We'll follow Rambog here. Myself and Rambog have extensive experience at Shannon. We are the controllers. Right, skinny onto Charlie here. Up you devil you. Oh, did you hear the tyre screeching? Oh, Jesus. Right, so far so good. Are you under orders to do that? Don't close it fully. That's a very subtle way of Mr. Two-Tone saying, Murphy, would you ever shut up and close the door? Yes. Now. I can, what's this now? There's a good free Shannon on Vatsum, or on flightsim.io. Yeah. Not sure I trust the new LRM. Absolute greaser, but it logged at minus 420. What? What did you give mine? It gave me minus 35. And like, oh, Jesus. And like, minus 35 didn't appear. You know what I'm saying? Restart. Thank you, thank you. LRM. Validate and selected. You don't appear to be a member of that airline. Oh, for God's sake. So it's case sensitive, yeah? There we go. Okay, so before we blast off out of here, this is our final leg. It's down to Kerry Airport. We're going to hold hard here. Stick on the old park and brake. Easy does it. Park and brake on. We're going to go back to our main tanks. Not that way, Murph. Right, we're in the main tanks. Now, what else do we want to do? We want to do one of these, and we want to do one of them. Wrong button. There we go. Will the floating planes be fixed in the next flight sim? I don't know. I really don't know. What are we doing tomorrow on the C-47? We're doing a flight, a commemoration flight for D-Day. For D-Day. Muse got minus 17. That's deadly. That's really handy. Well done, Muse. Jesus, that's some savage flying. Right, it is getting dark here, which means we're going to have a nighttime arrival into Kerry. This is going to be beautiful. So, coming off the brakes. Reset your barrow, reset your heading, and we'll have our heading indicator on our runway heading. We got a good few people here. This is awesome. Captain Kremen is with us. Good to see you, man. Ramble up here behind you. Whenever you guys are ready, we'll plan to take off. It'll be a left-hand turn, and we'll just kind of circle around. So we're going to be taking off from Exeter and then heading out to Normandy. I'm really looking forward to that flight. After work tomorrow, I got my DC-3 livery ready to go. Ooh. Okay, so a nighttime flight. Let's get our airplane set up for nighttime operations, because we can see our instruments, right? But we do have some lightage up here. We can turn on the red light. Or if we wanted to, we can use our little spotlight here. Which works. So let me see. I want that on red. And we can make this bright by grabbing the back here. There we go. Yeah, that looks better. Yeah, that's grand. We got a bit of light shining there. In actual fact, if I just move this to the left a bit. Yeah, that's better. Okay, we're set up. One notch of flaps. Mixture rich. Fuel is looking what it wants to do. Runway heading is now synced. Plenty of fuel to get us to Kerry. Okay, are we ready, sports fans? Remember to mind the squirrels of Shannon. Squirrels, seagulls, rabbits. I'll never forget that. It was so funny. Gibbo was controlling us into Shannon on an IF4 flight, and he gave me a go around. Brilliant. Okay. Power coming in. Off the brakes. Let's go flying. I had nightmares for days after. Firefly 235, go around. Squirrels on the runway. Oh! There's 80. Yep, see Daisy. Pause the rate. Gear up. Oh man, look at this. This is gorgeous, look. This is gorgeous. Look at that sunset. Look at the state. Hey, there's Nighthawk flying with us. Beautiful. We say goodbye and good night to Shannon. Lads, this is superb looking. All right. Squirrels, am I right? Okay, autopilot, let's talk to me. We'll go standard. We'll go heading. We're coming up to 1,000 feet. We're going to go to about 2,000 feet. We're going to fly straight on here, lads. We're going to head down towards Foynes. And I'll zero this once we get to 2,000 feet. 1,000 feet to go. Fuel off. Fuel off. There's Megladroid. Looking good, man. Melgadroid, rather. Megladroid. Melgadroid. 700 to go. D Baggins is with us. Oh, look at this. This is beautiful looking. Absolutely gorgeous. So we're going to fly down. This here is Askeaton. And small adjustment here in our heading. I want to take us in over Foynes. 2,000 feet is my target. And then we'll be heading down towards Kerry. So go ahead and lock our altitude. 2,000 feet. Easy now. RPM back. Manifold coming back. We'll go 21 squared. Trim down a bit. Help the autopilot out. Easy now. Okay, reduce our fuel flow. Nice and slowly. That will do nicely. Speed is looking good. Oh, we're in the cloud here. Bit of rain to contend with. What's the temperature? At 10 degrees. We should be okay. Sounds like a lawnmower. Is the cap 232? No, I don't think so, Anne-Marie. Right, so this here is Ohanish Illumina. That's what that company is called. Just past all this, it's a big aluminium or aluminum, steel, metalworks plant, right? And you know by the orange out here. Anyway, down this neck of the woods, lads, this is Foynes. And as I said, Foynes was made famous because the flying boats used to stop here in the 1930s. And this part of the River Shannon, well, this is called the Shannon Estuary. So they would use this, I mean, no better landmark, right? They would use the Shannon Estuary. And what's pretty cool as well, and we'll be learning more about World War II stuff tomorrow, but there was a number of World War II observation posts in and around the Shannon. Because they were tracking both Allied and German aircraft. So the Flying Boat Museum is just down here. It's very good. They have a custom-built replica of a Boeing 314. Sadly, none of the real-world aircraft survived to this day. There's one sank somewhere. There's talk of them digging it up. But there's a replica one down here. Ian Fisher was there before. He has a video on YouTube if you want to check it out. That's all that's really there. Further down the road, if you go down to Glynn, they do deadly sausage rolls in the Maxall in Glynn. Oh, Jesus, then they're fantastic. If you are the lover of a sausage roll, they're very good. Marinated with a bit of tomato sauce. Pure deadly now. Oh, Jesus, then you get up early in the morning for that. Okay, left-hand turn is going to come in now as we fly over Foynes. So we're going to turn left, heading 180 should do us. And that should bring that magenta line back into play. So far, so good at the aircraft. Did I just recommend to check out a Maxall? Oh, but the sausage rolls they have in the deli are deadly. They're amazing. They're the finest sausage rolls in the land. It's near a place called Wood Hill. It's a hill full of wood, right? There's a World War II flying boat station near Stranraer. Is there? Oh, there would have been. Sorry. Yes, Mark. Yeah. There's a museum up there. I think it's near Bangor, though. I think, isn't it? Look at the state of this. Isn't this gorgeous, lads? It's live weather, and the time is 1 hour behind real world time. It's about 50 miles away? Ah, okay. Alright. We're doing well. We're near Tarbert here. You get the ferry from Collimer to Tarbert. With Tarbert is over there. There's a power station over at Tarbert. Your power station? And there's a car ferry that you can get from County Clare into County Kerry. It's very, very nice. And as we fly towards Kerry, we're going to see some of the nicest mountains Ireland has to offer. And it's all down by the Ring of Kerry. Anyone visiting Ireland, you must visit the Ring of Kerry. It's stunning. Stunning! Okay, magenta line is already in. You slightly missed it, you big ape. We'll head 270 to correct that. So far, so good. We're not too far from Adair. Newcastle West is over on our left-hand side as well. That's Newcastle West over there. Just under Mrs. TPHI's 17. So 270 will get us back on course, and then we'll just ease our way into it. As we get onto this magenta line. Easy now. Left turn, left turn, left turn, left turn. And let's go 240. High sensitivity, and the autopilot is now taken over. Nice. Yes. Murph, I've had my Xbox almost 3 whole weeks and yet to play Forza. You need to get it on soon. Jesus.
Hello there.
Gano14 followed the channel. Thank you very much indeed. Hemmingbird, how about this? When we land in Kerry, let us do a few little races on Forza. How's that? Is Forza installed now? Is it all working? Do you know? And if you don't win every race, you know, prepare to be ridiculed. I will offer maximum ridicule. But Gano, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome in, dude. Pixian, hello Pixian. You're very welcome in. It's installed and ready to go. Alright. Alright. We shall have some Forza racing shortly. If anyone wants to do a spot of Forza, we will be landing in, I don't know, about 15 minutes, give or take. Man alive, look at the lighting here. Isn't this absolutely gorgeous now? Jesus. Hang on a second. Oh, yeah. All right. This is absolutely stunning. So we're about to ramble in now towards Kerry. We're only a few minutes out, actually. Now let's have a look. So let's bring up the airport for Kerry. Echo India Kilo Yankee. And up at the airport. So runways, best one is going to be runway 26. Pretty much fly straight in, and then we'll be taxiing off onto Alpha, onto the apron. So lads, rather than parking on the runway, if you want to park on the taxiway, Alpha and Bravo, it's the original runway they used to use here years and years ago, until they built a new one. So we can use there for a taxiway if you want to park up there. We'll keep the runway cleared for folks coming in. So we're just over Abbey Field, small little airport to our right, and then it's Castle Island, then down into Kerry. Very beautiful, isn't it? The mountains here are stunning. Gano, good to see you, man. Dougal, yeah, the folded wings, they never fixed them. Or they did fix them, and then Sim Update 15 broke them again. You know? Hummingbird sounds very confident. Like, is there a skill that you've been hiding from everyone? Absolutely not, she says. I'd be the one on the sidelines trying desperately to get out of reverse. Sure. Right. That's like talking to someone who can play poker. Can you play poker? No, Jesus. Poker? I don't even know what it is. Okay. All in. Huh? This is beautiful. Jeez, what a flight. Live weather as well. There's a lot to be said, isn't it? How was that runway 26? That's an interesting question. 26. Is it 26? 260 minus 180. 80. Yeah, it's correct. We're okay. It's grand. There's the runway just there. There's the airport. Look. Man, look at the mountains around here. It's stunning. That's down towards Killarney and the Killarney National Park. Beautiful part of the world. Okay, let's get ourselves set up here for our landing. So make sure our barrow is set, make sure our heading is set, and we continue to fly in. So we're flying straight in for runway 26. So I'm going to adjust our course here now, lads. We're going to fly at a heading of 180 degrees, and that'll line us up nicely. So we're going to go into heading mode. Speed and power is good for the moment. We'll start bringing it down. 26 for me with winds. Yeah, we'll go 26. So here's the left turn coming in, 180 degrees. Ah, it's looking good. Is our airport? Touch wood, lads. It would appear that the C-17 was causing the stutters. Not a single pause or stutter on this flight tonight. This is the first time I've flown the Comanche in I don't know how long with multiplayer on. And it's been absolutely flawless. This has restored absolute confidence in doing more flights of this. Martin Kerry Aviation, 21 months. Thank you very, very much indeed, my guy. Great to see you. Lads, Martin Kerry Aviation, do be sure to check him out over on Instagram. Some awesome photos there. Beautiful. Cyrus, yeah, fair play to you, man. So far, it's working. I'll keep the cursing PG friendly. Alright, we're going to disengage our autopilot. Autopilot off. And we're going to make our way into the runway. So, power coming back. Set our mixture to rich. Bring up our prop. Easy does it. For landing, we're going to engage our fuel pump. And let's see what we can do here. A bit of Toby eye now. Help us out with the visual reference. Looking good. Power coming back. C-17, curious, any idea about the jet causes the issues? I don't know. But I was getting this horrible, cylinder head temperature's cold. I was getting this horrible bug where the sim would just do these micro freezes and like you couldn't fly with it. I couldn't fly, like. You'd have to restart the sim. Easy now, Murph. What's the RPM? There's the runway. First notch of flaps. That's going to help with the drag. Gear down. And we got about a 12 knot crosswind. 2,000 feet. Let's drop the altitude now. RPM up. So, gears down and locked, flaps set, mixture rich, prop full. Let's ramble in for a landing into County Kerry. I had one big stutter earlier. It's been smooth all the way. FPS looking good too. Awesome. Nice to see people flying to Kerry. Oh, dude, it's gorgeous. Gorgeous. Thanks for the link there, Muse. Alright. Speed is okay. We're descending here at about 1,000 feet a minute. Pyrotech, thank you very much indeed. 20 months, dude. Pyrotech, thank you very much. I don't know why my alerts are broken. Thank you very much indeed. Hope you're well. Now to watch the flying circus descend upon the unsuspecting citizens of Kerry. I'll see about getting Forza. Forza's a bit of crack. It's a bit of crack. We'll do a few races now tonight. We'll probably do 3 maybe. I'm going to win them all though. That's usually what happens. But do be sure to join us on Discord. We'll jump into the voice channels and pop on in for a giggle. If you have Forza, more than welcome to join us. Speed is good, 110 miles an hour, 90 knots. Descending fairly okay. That's because I cheat? What? I don't cheat. I don't actually cheat. There was that one time I thought about cheating. And then I didn't. The Innybills Kerry is decent. Yeah. Innybills made this with Boundless, I think. I'm almost certain. Okay, watch your speed here. Temps and pressures are good. Speed is good. Altitude is good. We're fairly stable. Jesus, do you hear him? He never cheats. He never cheats. What are you talking about? You cheat, Muse. You crash into me. I drive, like, you know, incredibly well. I passed my driving test. If I was in the race. That's how safe I drive. The evidence says otherwise. Yeah, fake news. Alright. We're doing okay. 100 miles an hour on approach. Oh no, someone had a terrible accident and they crashed. Who was that? Zythy, you poor devil. You hit something in the wall. The only thing you drive is everyone up the wall, Murph. Listen. Let's not get bogged down with who drives what. Just know I'll be the faster one. Right, runway 26, let's have you. Second notch of flaps. And then our final flaps just before touchdown to plant it. 26 looking good. Full flaps. There's a touchdown zone. Don't hit the flying shoebox. Don't hit the flying shoebox. Don't hit the flying shoebox. Alright, power to idle. Hold the nose. Hold the nose. We've got plenty of runway. Hold the nose. Keep holding the nose. Hold the nose. We want butter, please. Kerry Gold. There's a stall warning. Touchdown. 32 feet a minute. We'll take every bit of that, lads. Flaps in. BM up a bit, please. About 1,000. Reduce some mixture. Flaps are in. Welcome to County Kerry. What a beautiful flight. Stunning. Alright, we got people lined up over here. Nice. We'll taxi off and we'll ramble off here at Alpha. Bit of power. There's a bit of stutterage. Now what did LRM record that divil at? 28 feet? I'm not complaining. Alright. Okay, we'll exit up here onto Alpha. Where's Alpha? There it is. Transponder on standby. Strobes off. Keep the taxi light on. Ah, look at everyone lined up. Deadly. This is deadly. I love this. A few more people behind us. This is pretty. Alright, sit tight here for a moment. How's the C-47s going? While we're waiting. Oh, you're joking. Oh, don't tell me I don't have Forza installed. Why did I do that? Do I not have Forza? Hummingbird, you're going to go nuts, but I don't have Forza installed. Oh no! I don't have Forza installed. I'm trying to remember why that happened, and it was to do with an add-on. Balls! Yes. There'll be no Forza tonight. I need to reinstall that. Worst streamer in the history ever. Hummingbird is going to be disgusted. Never watch another stream. It's terrible bad. I don't have it installed. Sad days, yeah. I'll have to reinstall it. I was going to just start it up there in the background. I know why I uninstalled it, because I didn't have space for an add-on I had to test. Because I've everything, like, on my drives, like, my main drive for, like, my flight sims is on my D drive. And that's where Forza was. Balls. You just don't want to feel your wrath. Truth be told, Murphy had Forza all along, but just didn't want to face the combatant madness that was Hummingbird. No, I don't actually have it installed, but I'll get it back installed. We'll do, oh Jesus, we will do a Forza flight once again. No, a Forza flight, a Forza drive once again. Right, how do we do this now? Yes, we'll do one of these. Now, lads, you know the gig here, yeah? You need to flash your lights like mad and make everything look absolutely cool, right? And let's see, will this work? Get ourselves lined up. I feel really bad now, Jesus. Right here now, don't mind me for a minute. Get myself into position, eh? There we go, there we go. If I do this right, something like that, lads. Is it? Something like that? That'll work? I think that'll work. Right, so we'll disappear me, and we'll cue the music for the landing. And here they are. Bossman Gaming, thank you very much indeed for the raid. Welcome in. That looks so good, lads. A great selection of airplanes flying with us tonight. Amazing. Absolutely fantastic. What a great flight we had tonight, lads. Everyone lined up here, flashing lights, moving ailerons and elevators, rudders, the whole shebang. The scenery was outstanding. The performance was great. The airplane is an absolute champ. And the flying from you guys, nothing short of spectacular. Welcome to the weekend, man. Look at the state of it. Ah, Jesus, there's a big tree in the way. Great trees. Miguel, you're very welcome in. Ah, that's awesome. Look at the state of it. Incredible. Ignore the controller-shaped hole in the wall. Oh, brilliant. Lads, that was so much fun. Awesome flying. Get ourselves turned around. And there, friends, we have it. Amazing crack was had. So tomorrow night we are back 1900 Zulu time, and we're going to be flying our D-Day commemorative flight. And as I said, 757 Dave, Spy 757. Dave is also going to be flying the same route with his own group. So it'd be interesting to see if we can see some of the Spy flight, as we'll be departing from Exeter tomorrow evening. Our plan is starting the stream at 1900 Zulu time. And we're going to have some freeware scenery available from the legend that is Jeppesen 2001. And really looking forward to tomorrow night's flight. Lots to learn, lots to see, lots to do. And that's what we're going to be at tomorrow evening. So, friends, for tonight, thank you so very, very much to everyone on YouTube. Thanks for all the likes and subscribes. To everyone here on Twitch for the follows, the raids, the resubs, the new subs, the everything. Thank you all so very, very much. It's been incredible. Muse says, go he'll miss tomorrow night. Yeah. We'll do it again, Muse. Just the two of us. The pair of us. We'll say nothing. It'll be grand, right? But yeah, what we'll do, I'll play the trailer for tomorrow night just to get us all in the mood, lads. Do you know what I mean? And we'll see how that goes. So bring over the screen, look. And yeah, we'll launch this in. If I do this correctly, this will work. In the sound of the sim down. See, I'm getting fierce handy now with this. So yeah, LRM seems to do the job with the updated beta. Let's see how long that'll last, right? It'll be D-Day +2, indeed. You misunderstood. Xander ripped it out of my hands in truth because I was shocking. Oh dear. Brilliant. Oh, fantastic. We'll keep the points flowing. Excellent. Right, lads, until tomorrow, have a very pleasant evening, and we'll see you at 1900 Zulu. Right, that was the wrong button. I'll press this one instead. Is it a sign of things to come? Yes, Murph. Yes, it is. Look at this big Aegis. good. It's not looking good at all. Oh, Catbat, you absolute ledge. He put it down. He just appeared for the Catbat 9 put it down. The man's a legend. Here's Muse Fan. Kinda sideways Muse Fan. It's Muse Fan adjacent. Catbat 9, that's like the most impressive landing I've seen out of the DC-6. There's the roundabout. Easy now, Murph, easy. Yeah, add a bit of stink there now. What's the job? Bit of stall. Now we're talking. Now, oh, Jesus. Get in there now, you divil, you. We're looking better here now, lads. Oh, that was painful. Get down. Oh, Jesus. Oh, no, we tipped.